again. So here's a recap.
I think it would be better if each of the characters gave a recap from their own perspective.
Okay.
The setting is a town, but go ahead.
Called Adendorf.
Oh, yeah.
Arsdorf.
Alsdorf, I think it was.
Adendorf, okay.
Yeah, A-U-R-S.
A-U-I-S?
So,
it's like Arsdorf.
Okay, cool.
So Hans and Rajorne...
Thank you, Matt, for the right name.
Hans and Rajorne entered the town. It's my hometown. I don't know what Hans was doing there. But I was coming back from a hunt.
You didn't know each other?
I'm a huntsman. No, we didn't know each other. Came back, and everything was a little bit strange. The guards on the wall weren't the people who I knew. They looked a little bit suspicious. I'd never seen them before. Something was up, but I didn't look to pursue it because I was missing my wife. Wanted to get straight back home to spend some quality time with my missus. So,
Indeed.
So we went through the town. The town was actually... I spoke to the guard. He didn't really give me much. He started questioning me with some strange questions about who I was, where I was from, and I sort of brushed him off that I was a local of the town. Went to go and see my wife, and as I was going through the town, I noticed it was quite deserted, but didn't think much of it. I was too focused on my missus. Got to the house, the door was ajar. As soon as I go inside, it's dead quiet, and I can see there's been some things, like there's been a break-in almost. So I start running around the house trying to find my wife. Can't find her anywhere. Yeah, and then I almost fell down this trap door in the middle of our hallway, which I'd never seen before. And so I went down the staircase and into this basement, which turned out to be like there was salt everywhere, scattered all over the place. And then it ended up into this room with just one mirror and like a bloodied hand mark across the window. And there was...
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
Are you telling us this as we're like sitting in the river?
This is a recap.
Yeah, I know.
This is like I'm thinking about all the things that just happened throughout the day, so I can try and find some clues as to how I can trace my wife. So from there, I sort of go back upstairs, thoroughly freaked out. I think the idol of my deity that I worship was smashed or something, or missing.
You are a big fan of
Ronald, yeah. Which is the
trickster kind of god, the god of thieves and scouts and of stealth.
Yep. Even though I'm fairly a good man, but anyway, so when
Ronald's not an evil god.
Okay, right.
He's one of the pantheon of the empire. It's just that he's quite underground by necessity, by the nature of himself.
Fair enough. So I head up onto the rooftops and start trying to look for my wife because I know there's something strange going on. And then I make it round to the... as I'm going along, I'm seeing in the houses people sort of huddled inside their houses quite afraid. And then I make it to the main courtyard. And then I'll probably let Dan take over to get to that point. So...
Alright, so I arrived in the city to investigate the trade along... Is it along the river, right? Or whatever.
I think it was on the
right.
right.
Whatever the river that goes from like the right down.
It was a connection connecting.
The river Uber, probably.
Yeah.
Uber. Yeah, so I was just going to investigate, like various trade ports on the way, and I got myself accosted by some witch hunter goons and fled into a house expecting to make myself disappear. But they were faster than I'd planned, and I ended up having to kill them and taking
a massive
amount of wounds in the process.
Yeah. I think
not as much as them.
One of them killed themselves by accident.
I think I got 1, 2, 3.
One of them swung his flail and brained himself after it hit the roof.
So I think I took 7 damage. Then I took another damage when I tried to heal myself.
Yeah.
And I think I took another damage in the square.
That's true.
And you also you used a bolt that ate the face of one of the witch hunters.
Yeah.
Which was quite dramatic. It's pretty awesome.
And then the other one, because he was bloodied, he slit his own throat.
Oh yeah, he thought he was going to be captured and then he committed seppuku.
No, you told us that it was because they can't stand seeing blood, so because of all this blood he was so freaked out by it that he Slit his own
He
throat.
failed an insanity check.
I think that was
Like
what
a
it was. Yeah, he
temporary
went a bit nuts. Yeah, he went a bit nuts and just couldn't stand it, and so he offed himself. Okay, yep.
Instead, then I went to.
You put on their clothes, wasn't it?
I covered myself in some rags and.
So you were in disguise.
Red white rags, and I went to try and rescue the elf who I'd seen get captured. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you were walking down the street and you saw a procession of goons dragging along his figure.
Oh yeah, he came from the tavern.
Yeah. So Al, you were travelling as well.
Yeah. So Rajorne had just arrived in the town and had just woken up after taking a nap from his long journey in his room, and come down to the main sort of room of the tavern to find it sort of largely empty, with just the barman and a bunch of surly-looking witch hunters around. They quickly took exception to everything about him, and
he did not bring his sword down with him.
And he didn't bring his sword down with him. Rajorne had come to the name of the town, which is
Owlswold.
Yeah.
Owlswold.
That's what I wrote down on my vanished bit of paper.
To investigate the recent Warpstone meteorite strike. But before he could do any of that, he was basically shanghaied by this group of witch hunters and thugs. If he'd perhaps had his sword of health with him, he might have attempted to fight his way out of the predicament. But given that he didn't, he decided to discretion was the better part of valor, and went with them. He was then dragged to the town square, where it was clear even to an elf that these stupid humans were basically burning each other at the stake. And that was when everything started to go
Go a little bit funky.
Go a little bit funky, to say the least. When witch hunters started dying with various arrows coming out of nowhere, things started exploding into flames, and the whole town started burning around.
But we could. So then what you did? You climbed the roof, right?
I climbed the roof and I spotted my wife actually captured with. And I saw this elf being dragged into the same cage as her.
Because you were walking along the rooftop.
Yep,
and then
trying to scout out what was going on.
Right near you, like a bunch of, there was a big bang, and then all these.
Yeah,
so you knew there was something going on.
Well, I was thinking to myself, if my wife gets taken, I'm gonna do a Braveheart on their ass, and so I sort of moved closer to where the stakes. The crucifixes were where they were being burnt at the stake, or whatever it was.
Yeah. Hammers.
So stakes, then stakes, sorry.
Unless it's illegal to burn.
They'd monopolised the town hall that they were using as
right next to the temple. So I went to the far side to sort of get a better spot, just in case I need to act in that way. And then suddenly there was a massive explosion of like a big fireball where all of the oil and all of the tinder wood that they're using for the burning people at the stake.
Very convenient.
Yeah, exactly. Right before that, somebody was dragged off, and a couple of people got killed because they were trying to defend their loved one.
So how did that fire happen to occur?
Basically, walked close enough to the mass of straw and oil, and I was just like. You can't see my hand. It's great. Yes, and I cross disciplined some flame to leap from my hands and jump for like 10 feet over to the pile.
Yeah.
Then I just basically ran for it.
That's what did you say? You're a pyromaniac? That's one of your.
I don't know about a pyromaniac, but when I see fire, I see it as a way to get out of things.
Just on for a shadow.
Like,
gives
you some sort of ecstasy.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a storm lantern and carry it on like a pole, because kind of like in Game of Thrones,
there's no shadow. Yeah. There's
so basically, I'll just if I'm walking along and I need some shadow, I'll just be like, put the lamp down, just like step off to one side.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
I had no idea what that is. Okay.
In Game of Thrones, they talk about how, like, because there's a god called the Lord of Light, and then the guy's like, oh, why do you serve the shadows or whatever? And she's like, the shadows don't exist in the dark. Like the larger the light, the greater the shadows it cast.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
So the Lord of Light for them is like also the Lord of Shadows because light creates.
Yeah. So
darkness.
like a lot of my power comes from like shadow and not like
he's a great wizard.
Yeah. So I need shadow around me to like disappear into.
Fair enough. Well, so I guess what happened was you had this massive explosion, and then a riot. Why don't you tell us, Will?
Okay,
what happened?
so as you were watching, one of the people who was burned, the relative of him, relative of her, I gather, it was an old lady.
Yep.
Started a fight with the witch hunters and was promptly had the crap beaten out of it. But then as the fire started and it spread, it started spreading to the rooftops, and then a brawl began as the witch hunter captain and his crew were praying to make the fire go out to protect the Sigmarite shrine. And because a lot of the witch hunters, because half the witch hunters were legit crazy fanatics, but another half were just kind of villagers who'd kind of gone along with it, with the whole thing.
Out of fear and stuff.
Yeah, and so there was just this large brawl started occurring between the two factions. Obviously, the witch hunters themselves had weapons, the villagers didn't, but the villagers were fighting for their lives and the witch hunters weren't.
Yeah.
So that big conflict began to occur. And while that was happening, Rajorne was in a cell, and also happened to be with somebody else, with a lady.
A very fine-looking lady
who was not too impressed with the elf, and they had a little bit of a tiff, as I recall.
Yeah.
Rajorne was trying to escape, and then what was your character's name? Hans approached, used his stealthy skills. Did you want to explain what?
Yeah.
Was this before or after I got the witch hunter the first time?
This was before.
Yeah, probably while.
This is these things are happening simultaneously.
While the chaos is happening.
Yeah.
Probably in between arrow 1 and 1 and 2.
Yeah, probably.
Or was it just one arrow?
It was two.
shots.
One failed. It was 3 actually. 1 failed.
Yeah, I basically just snuck up on the witch hunter guarding the cage and pushed them back and forth between the cage until eventually we killed him.
Yeah.
And I threw the keys and it's like, release these people, elf. And then I pointed to the other cage as well. And I, without telling you, I went off to go get your equipment.
I think this happened.
So sure enough, you followed.
Yeah.
This happened right after I actually shot the witch hunter for the first time, because then there was more chaos. So the guards are actually
distracted them.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the guards left. Yeah. And so then, like, as this chaos is going on and the fires kind of, the smoke starts billowing, you shot from the rooftop.
Yeah.
And to the praying Sigmarite witch hunter, shot him in the chest.
So he's got his hands up. He's saying,
Yeah,
"Lord,
yeah.
stop this fire!"
In
And
an
then-
American accent, definitely.
I'm thinking
shot him in the chest.
KKK, you know.
Oh yeah,
So-
a lot about that.
And then he went.
And so then, and that that began to push the witch hunters into actually stopping the crowd fighting. So then the witch hunters, his crew, the like core of well-armed zealots, and himself, who has multiple pistols, kind of all hanging off each other, started wading into the fray.
Yeah.
And there were people trying to shoot at you,
Yeah.
and trying to climb up the roof to
Try and get at me, and they miss me. Yeah.
And then,
And meanwhile, the fire keeps spreading.
yeah, the fire was spreading around the stair. It had completely engulfed the Shrine of Sigmar, which is another reason that they kind of started fighting. And smoke was just everywhere. And then, and the villagers and the witch hunters were kind of, the villagers and the zealots started stopping fighting because they knew they were going to burn to death. And so people started running, but all you could see was the flashes of the gunshots.
I think what I did was I swung off the roof, failed, and then had to swing again.
That happened
Went through
after the shot.
No, it was so you had the chaos was building more and more. He released Rajorne from the cage. I think he split open one of the guys' the guards' stomachs.
Oh.
You know, all of the people in the cages just ran off. My wife was a bit of a bitch, actually, to him. But hey.
Oh,
Yeah. And then you had, he was trying to find his sword.
He went to the second cage and found that all the prisoners in the second cage were gone.
Yeah.
And there was nothing on, and there was salt on the floor.
Yeah, and a bit of blood, I think.
Yeah.
And so I swung down from the rooftop while all these guys are trying to come at me, and there's a fire that's almost going to engulf the house. I swing down, jump through the window, go down the stairs, and then I'm trying to run back to my wife. And along the way, that's where I see the flashes of, you know... And the witch hunter had like a fire above his head.
Yeah. So, you shot him in the face.
Yeah. Do you want to give us that
Quite
description?
an
That was like
impressive shot.
Like a boss.
that was like...
Quite an impressive shot across a smoky courtyard, and hit him in the eye, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You see, he was going... He was sort of
the-
shooting people down, and
he
then...
was gunning down all these civilians. And that was the end of the witch hunter's morale. So, and then everyone fled, and you guys were kind of the last ones to go through.
Yeah.
I want the pistols.
Jumping through the fire, somehow managing to go through unharmed. And most of you came out fairly unscathed. I should say who if I record it. Rajorne managed to get most of his stuff. What are you doing?
Oh, I was going to use it for the rolling.
You can do that, yeah. Rajorne managed to go through, managed to get most of his stuff back. And so now you stand, if I remember, you swam through a river, didn't you, to get?
We went across the river, I think, yeah.
You crossed the river. So now you're standing on the other side of the river.
Looking at the town burning.
And you can see the town burning. A lot of the refugees that have fled, you can't. They've kind of gone into the distance because it's been some time. So first things first. What kind of supplies do you guys have?
I like dust off the. I like wipe away at the smouldering witch hunters. Robes that are kind of over mine, and they just all kind of fall off.
Yeah.
Fall off and turn to ash.
Nice. Like a box. Okay, yep. Did anybody, because I know that you would have been seeking out supplies on your way, so you would have been intending to resupply in the village itself.
Yes.
Yeah. But you wouldn't have got a chance to necessarily.
No.
And you were coming back from a hunting trip.
Yeah, but I would have dropped my bag of extra clothes while I'm running around for my wife.
You would assume so.
So all I would have is my bow, my dagger, hunting dagger.
Yep.
And, just my clothes, I guess. I wouldn't have anything else.
Okay.
And my pipe, of course.
Yep.
Can't leave without my pipe.
Never without a pipe. Okay, so, and Hans?
I never dropped my stuff, so I've still got a roll full of clothing that I sort of tied down behind my back. So I break that out now, and it's got a small satchel in it, and accoutrements.
Okay. So what you see around you is you see the main road. So imagine in front of you, when you're looking at the burning town, you can see the river going off, and then you see the bridge, which is now smouldering quite heavily, so it doesn't look like you can get back into the town easily, unless you want to get your feet wet again. And the main road heading off. And you can kind of see figures in the distance walking on the main road, looking like they're heading for wherever. None of you would have any particular familiarity with the area, so you don't really know where you are, especially considering that the thing's just disorientated you, because in this time maps are very rare. So you would find, so you see that, and you also see what looks like a forest trail that you might be familiar with.
Yeah, Rajorne would be familiar with the area.
Heading into the woods.
Well, I guess Rajorne would probably have some, while he's out hunting, he must have some sort of areas that he knows are quite safe to camp at.
Yeah, I mean, you travel far and wide, so and you're still quite. I mean, you'd know that the main road and the forest trail eventually end up in pretty similar places.
Okay. Well, do I know which one is the safer route?
You wouldn't. I mean, the forest is capricious, so it's very. You can never really trust the forest.
And it's getting darker now.
But you also can see that there are people on the main road, and you are conscious that they would be spreading rumors of the bowman who killed a witch hunter and the elf who got arrested. So, yeah. I mean, you guys. So, you all might want to introduce yourself because you haven't necessarily even.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't even met yet.
You just kind of killed everybody.
I think we gave each other names at like the very end of the last session.
We did it.
But it was it was like Rajorne, Rajorne, Hans, let's get the fuck out of here.
I wipe my wet hands on my wet clothes and sort of drag myself onto the bank, and I tap Rajorne on the shoulder. I'm like, I'm sorry for your down.
It's all right.
It's a terrible thing to see a home burn.
Well, home is where the heart is. And my heart is with my.
Terrible thing to see your home burn.
Is that a reference to something?
No. I was just apologising to myself for killing people in your town.
I don't really know that, but I started to piece together things, seeing as you're a mage, and there was the fire suddenly started.
I'm a mage, man. I'm just a dude in a cloak.
Okay. Well, Hans, thank you for your condolences, but the house is just a house. What I'm worried about is my wife.
Because your regular clothes look like just like a humble merchant, don't they? Yeah.
What I'm worried about is my wife. I've always had a home in the woods anyway, and along the road. But my wife, she's more dear to me than anything else.
How could you go about finding this home again? Did you see anything in the town?
I saw some strange things. I came upon the cage that she was kept, and upon our house, and there was salt, of all things, scattered across the ground, and blood. And she just disappeared. I couldn't find any trace of her body.
Would I I have an understanding of what salt and blood could mean from like a spell casting?
You would know that it's something generally associated with hedge magic. Salt has huge ritual significance regardless because it's a valuable commodity.
Yeah, okay.
A very valuable commodity.
So people wouldn't be throwing it on the floor?
No, not unless there was some important ritual reason. And the same is true of blood. And the two have a link. You would know...
I'll ask, so she was captured by the witch hunters, eh?
She was.
Which cage was she in, the left or the right?
The one with the elf. The one on the right, I think it was.
I freed him. Maybe she's free.
I hope so. Elf, you were in the same cage as my wife.
Was that the stubborn woman that wouldn't answer my questions?
She's like that. But she's got a lovable nature. She can be a bit fiery, but forgive her for that.
Well, if she has a lovable nature, I never saw it. Sadly for you, though, I didn't see where she went. In all the smoke and confusion, as soon as those of us got in the cage left, she disappeared.
Well, the first thing that I'm going to do once we've gotten somewhere a bit safer is try to track her down, I guess. But for now, I think perhaps it's best that we try and find somewhere to recuperate and to resupply, to I guess get our bearings a bit better as to what we should do next. I'm going to be looking for my wife. What are your plans? Do you have any plans? Would you be? I mean, I know we've only got one common goal, which is fighting against the witch hunters, and we're probably all being hunted except for Hans. I'd say there's strength in numbers. Would you perhaps want to band together?
I think there's strength in being as far away from this hellhole as possible.
that too. I get it. It's a good point, Hans.
No, I don't think I'm very well suited to walking through that forest, and I don't like taking my chances on that road. So I'm with you, Rajorne.
Sergeant?
I had plans, but the aid of my people in Marienburg is a long way away, and I dare not return to them until my mission is complete.
The Sea Elf. Marienburg, eh? It's good to meet someone from home.
It's good to see a face that's not so unfamiliar with my people.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
My mission was to investigate the Warpstone meteorite strike not far from here. But in all the confusion and having only just entered the town, I've not yet any idea where that may be. And given the recent events, I agree with Hans. We're best getting as far away from here as possible. I fear the ignorance of these humans and witch hunters will have them on my tail for a long time to come.
Agreed. Well, until that time comes, I will give you my bow and my sword and my.
You have my financial acumen.
Nice.
I wanted to ask: would Rajorne know what he's talking about with the meteorites?
No.
Would I know the area?
No.
Oh. How far?
You might have seen a basically around the area. There's been rumours of a falling star. And I mean, I don't know whether I should explain to you about Warpstone because it wouldn't be something that your character would know. But basically, there's been rumours of a falling star that fell somewhere in the countryside.
Well, this Warpstone that you were talking about. Whereabouts? Do you know which general direction it's in? I mean, my profession is a scout and a hunter. I know the woods quite well. We can stay off the roads if you so wish, or we can stay on the roads. It doesn't bother me either way. There will be danger on both sides, but more cover in the woods at least from any witch hunters who could spread word of our whereabouts.
Somehow I don't think the beastmen that live in these woods are going to have a complex network of informants and...
Exactly.
And laws that will keep us captured in other towns around the Empire. I want to get as far away from this town as possible, then clear any record of me ever being here.
So
if that means we have to hunt down and kill every single witch hunter, so be it.
I'd also know that you would know that as far as everyone else is concerned, they didn't necessarily see you guys get out of the fire.
Okay, cool. Well,
So-
it's probably best to... I would say the woods. I'd be able to guide us through with my skill.
That sounds like a plan. In regards to the Warpstone meteorite, I was simply following rumours that it had come down somewhere near here. Had no idea where and which place to begin looking. Right now, that is not my main concern. We should go wherever we are least likely to be seen.
Okay.
And keep to the shadows.
Warpstone, you say? I've heard of this thing before in the merchant circles. What is it? It
It
falls from the sky?
It is a fell artifact of chaos with many strange and magical properties. My master's back in Marienburg. Seek it. I'm not privy to all the details of its uses, though.
Well, seeing as I know the area, which direction should we...
You don't really have much of a choice.
Okay, well, I'd like to head in a general direction through the forest, guiding them in a certain
You'd
camping
probably
ground.
be heading towards a major city to lose yourself within.
Okay, but I'd know which direction
You know,
it would be.
generally Ubersreich's kind of
Okay.
that away.
Okay. So, well, I'll want to guide them through the forest in order to get to this one of these
If they
major
intend to go through the
major
forest.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a way to roll to get rid of one of the stressful fatigues now that the battle's over?
I think you already did a rally check at the end of the last.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Do we get wounds back for that?
You would have done a wound check, wouldn't you?
Would have done it.
If you had you did do a rally check.
Do first aid on yourself?
So during the rally step, you don't get health back, but you do like a first aid check
You
every
can
time.
do a first aid check.
I don't even know what... I don't think I lost any life, actually.
I don't think you did. No. Okay, so you're all content to go through the forest.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
and we'll be going. I'll be at the front scouting, since that's my specialty, and I'm leading them through the forest. And I'll make sure to advise them as to what to do while we're travelling through the forest, not to get any attention to us.
So, what is your intent to do about the food situation?
Well,
I've got a bit of hard rations and a water skin in my pack. You can hunt, eh?
I can. That's my specialty. We could
You're
actually.
not going to have a massive bow for nothing.
Exactly. Well, once we get closer to a camping ground, I know, not too far from here, maybe a couple of miles, I'll start hunting for some game that will maybe be able to roast and rest up for a little bit.
You never know. With the way the Empire's forests work, the game might come to us.
That's true. In which case, we'll have plenty of full food supply.
Okay, so you're heading through the forest?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get everyone to just take... You can take what's a test? There's a test for hunting. A forage check. I'm not sure what...
under nature law?
I think it's nature law, yeah.
Can I make a first aid check?
I have one specialisation in nature law.
Yeah, make sure that you know that you only get to really do it once
Per session?
Yeah.
Well, I got to do it.
Yeah,
I'm on like...
Yeah, you can unless you want someone else to do it.
Yeah, someone else can do it for me.
Yeah.
So wait, you can only make one per session, or you can only do it to yourself once per session?
You can only do it to yourself once per session.
Do we have 3 fortune die again?
Help!
Paul?
Help!
Why would you? Why fortune die? What were you asking?
No, I'm just saying because we're starting again. We have 3 fortune.
Oh yeah. Do you have the Where's your party card?
3.
What party card were you using?
Doesn't really make a difference. Which one?
Actually,
But I'm specialised in.
3?
Yeah.
I'm specialised in nature
Only
law.
my intelligence 4 character could heal
So
himself.
I'd get. Oh wait, this is in here.
No, we're talking about a first aid.
Oh right.
so I've decided the way that I'm doing it is that I think that the way that you guys act will be what defines what party cards I actually offer you guys, rather than just kind of saying pick one.
So it can actually
that makes
change.
So
It was pretty cool. My party was a mix of people who were in it for the money and people who were in it for the crime and the money. So thankfully I had more people who were in it for the money, so we got hired guns or hired thugs rather
So
than...
we got three options. Oh wait, no, you can't do this one. Sorry. Damn it.
2 options.
It's called Empire's Most Wanted. It came in the Heroes Call, but it's only for epic people. You guys aren't epic enough. So okay, we got Brash, Young Fools and Defiant Scoundrels.
I'm pretty defiant so far.
Brash Young Fools is whenever the party's fortune pool is empty, immediately add 1 fortune point to it. That's Party Adventurers Idealistic, though I don't know how. Yeah, pretty idealistic. Okay. Defiant Scoundrels is once per session when a party member would suffer a critical wound, he may convert the critical wound into a normal wound by spending fortune points equal to the critical wound's severity rating. It's pretty epic.
Are they idealistic as well? Or?
That stat is Party Criminal Infamous.
It's only once a session, I guess, versus getting 1 extra
But
fortune.
it's pretty epic.
Yeah. I you know... What are the negative effects?
It's basically the party tension meter. If it gets to 4, all party members suffer 1 stress. If it gets to 8, all party members suffer 1 fatigue. With the others, it's 8. With Defiant Scoundrels, it's each party member suffers 1 fatigue and must adjust his stance 1 step towards neutral. And at 8, each party member suffers 1 fatigue and must adjust his stance meter to neutral. Then tension resets to 0.
I'm more inclined to pick it based on does it fit who we are than
Which was
whatever the mechanic.
first
Yeah,
one,
no, me
wasn't
too. Which to me is idealistic. So.
Yeah.
Alright then.
If VV was in the group, Scoundrels could be in with a chance.
Okay, cool. So that's your thing. Put some stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
Brash Young Fools. Okay then.
So I'm going to make a first aid check on hands.
No problem.
I lift up my jacket and there's these
They're not gay.
cuts in my back from where
Shadow
someone's hit
wizard?
me with a flail.
Conservative. I think it's
1 purple.
2.
Like how you
it
roll
one?
up your own, like, getting ready.
How many challenge die, Will?
I gather you're critically wounded, so 2.
Are you critically wounded?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
So everyone's still right for
8.
drinks? No one wants tea or anything?
No,
Thanks, man.
Be alright for now.
later on, probably.
I've got 8 wounds, but no criticals.
You've got 8 wounds? Wait, so that's like... 8.
Yeah. Of the threshold, I've taken 8 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of them converted though, so...
Wait, over
Is
the
that the
threshold,
definition of
you've
critically
gone
wounded
past the
though?
wound threshold.
Have to
No,
have
no, my wound threshold
Each time I get wounded, I take
no,
one of these.
Or is it just...
So then either
So many-
when it's being
It's over
converted
half.
in the attack
Right.
to a critical,
Yeah.
or when it's being, you know, you're going over and then they're becoming critical wounds.
You are critically... You haven't taken a critical wound, but
But because
it's
you're
defined as over half
I
of
gather.
your...
Yeah.
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 So it's 2 purple.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use
I am badly wounded, for sure.
You've got
2
like
of
4
my
hit
fortune
points.
die.
Oh, thank you. Do you want to use one of mine?
Well, I can't use one of his. It would have to be from the party pool,
That's
right?
me from the party.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Point being, keep your own. Don't use 2 fortune die on my first aid roll.
Oh, I don't know.
What's that?
Oh,
Yeah.
such
You
as
got
life.
I
4
get
hit
fortune
points.
die
Yeah.
from other sources.
I've got, yeah, I can die from here on, so.
Slash and dicing things. So
You need a mage. Hello.
Ooh, nice. Oh,
damn.
no, it's okay.
You crammed some infection in there.
So in there, there's 4
4
successes. 2.
1 bane.
1 bane
and
and
1
a chaos
chaos.
star.
Okay. The chaos star just is a wound. So but the success is a healed wound. So you heal 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's only 1 bane, so it's not gonna.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, man.
Okay. So that was more effective. Than
Bottom of the
last
wound.
one. Well, I'm keeping them there because there's no point in me keeping them.
So,
Just
put 'em
somewhere
to
in
the-
here.
Yeah, we'll
Dish them out as
I
necessary.
thought there should be the no here there. So just they're in with that.
alright, I'll wall these. Yeah, sort of when I'm done.
Okay.
Okay, so
Did you want to do a first aid check on yourself?
Um,
How many have you taken?
I'd say that it'd take.
leave it for now.
if-
We don't
if
want to
you wanna
spend
do
too
that,
much
then
here by
it'll
the
take
water.
a little bit longer.
Right.
If you want to start. Yeah, just sit
We
down.
should,
trying to
get
heal
out of here
yourself.
as soon
Okay.
as possible.
So,
Okay, so you're heading off into the woods.
yep, I'll do a...
Did you do your nature?
I haven't done the nature check yet. How many difficulty is it?
Well, you're normally a hunter, so I gather it would be easy.
So, and would I get 1 fortune for being a hunter?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that your expertise is measured by your expertise in hunter. How many green die?
3 intelligence and 1...
No?
I
So
think you're confused now.
the blue dice are your attribute
Blue
die,
dice, yeah, you're
and
not
then depending
green,
if you're
so-
into conservative or reckless, then you use green or
Oh, yeah,
red
sorry.
dice to
I
replace.
assume you're
Yep.
usually in.
Yep.
Are you
I'm in
conservative?
neutral at the moment.
Okay. You can always go one either way.
Yep.
While he's doing that, what kind of are you guys going to be doing as you go through the woods? Are you going to be helping him hunt, or are you going to be? Is one of you going to be scouting ahead, or are you just going to kind of be?
Well, I'm sort of
jumping
scouting
along
ahead
together?
to make sure that we don't run into
So
any
you're going
beasts. Yeah.
and hunting at the same time
Not hunting, I'll wait until we get close to a camping ground.
to hunt.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this check was to hunt, so
Is it?
yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was and I thought it would just be you're walking through the woods looking for like targets of opportunity. So if you see like a pheasant or whatever, then
I think-
you shoot the
Okay.
damn
I
thing.
think the idea is doing a sort of compressed walking through the forest.
Yeah.
/ hunting.
Not a, oh, okay, you're here, there's something down there 50 metres away. It's
Yeah.
not an encounter session, like
Yeah.
getting
Well,
back
maybe I
to-
should-
yes,
maybe I
it's
should
general
encounter with a pheasant.
ambling through.
But point being,
The
are we
pheasant
making
has 1 wound.
are we making like a nature law roll as well to get away from the town in good order
No.
and like get through the forest?
Maybe I
This-
should
this
just
is-
wait
this is
until we
his
get
hunting.
close to the camping ground.
Then
to
we'll
start hunting.
as you move through because he knows the forest, so you're not going to need to make a check to see whether you make it through on the trail.
You know, Fusion Marienberg once told me that a man can live for 2 weeks without food. So I think we should get a move on.
Let's get going then.
Okay.
We'll do the hunting
you're not
later.
gonna be looking- Okay.
If you see a human, hunt it.
Alright.
Alright, so who was so you're moving through the forest.
Yep.
Rajorne leading the way.
Yep.
Rajorne will take a tracking, the equivalent of a tracking check, just to see to? I mean, what are you doing as you walk through the forest? Are you just kind of? I don't know.
No, because I know these forests are dangerous, so I'm making sure that as we're walking through, I'm on high alert.
Okay, so make a...
Because I'm not just by myself, I'm carrying these 3 guys as well, so if I was by myself it would be a bit easier to hide.
Okay. Make an observation check. And if you're specialised in nature law or in anything that relates to tracking in the woods,
Yep.
then add an extra white die. Or whatever expertise die that gives you.
Well, I get 1 yellow for having a specialisation in
Good
observation.
Good morning, Yoshi.
Morning. Assalamualaikum. So I get 1 extra white die for having nature law and a yellow for observation.
If you're special, yeah, if you're, yeah.
And how many difficulty?
Average difficulty.
So it's 2.
Yeah.
And I think I might shift into conservative, seeing as I'm going quite slow.
If you're trained in observation, you get a yellow die.
Yeah, I got yellow die.
Yeah, and then you're trained in nature law,
Yeah.
so it's another yellow die.
Okay. So not a white die.
Do you have specialisation?
I do.
You can try and argue for more white die. There's other.
I'm being really extra careful, right?
Be honest.
About arguing. Yeah. Jamel's being careful about arguing.
No, I'm being really extra careful.
Oh, okay, good.
I think we're going to kick 2 conservative.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's a
That looks
success.
quite good.
Yeah, it's a success. Okay.
Nice. 3
So-
successes.
Okay. So what you notice as you're going through is that you are not the only people who have been hit through here recently. You can see discarded scraps of leather and torn bits of clothing as people have walked through, like, kind of in a panic. So you would get the impression that that while most of the people went on the main road, that some of the refugees may have gone through the...
Can I track their movements?
You can see they're going on the same path that you are. So, yeah.
Oh, something to keep in mind.
Cool.
Stay along that way,
So
okay.
keep going.
Now that I've seen that, I'll be even extra more cautious. So can I do one more into
Extra.
conservative?
No, the maximum outside of an encounter you can go is 1. Okay, so you're walking through...
Because the reason why I'd be more conservative is because the problem is that now that the path has been tread,
Yeah. You
because the path
you can
may
only
be...
ever be on 1. Only ever be 1. Outside of an encounter, you can only ever be 1.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'd be a bit more cautious because
You can roll
the attention of the forest may actually be more on this pathway now because people have actually been through it.
Okay, so you're still content to walk through the forest.
Yeah.
You continue down, and you come across a turn in the road, and then you hear something. I won't imitate it.
Okay.
Okay, I will imitate it.
This is for the record.
Yeah, did you hear it? That was
Do it again. I didn't hear that
imitated.
properly. I didn't hear it properly. Will,
It was the howl of a wolf.
Wolfman.
a big wolf for a soul.
So, and you hear not just the howl of a wolf in the distance, but you hear like a snarling coming from around the corner,
And like
like a kind of sound. That was
well, I'd sort of put my fist up to
okay.
hold them, and then sort of make sure that I'm out of any wind that the wolf would be able to, know. I mean, it's in the forest, so there's probably no wind, but
Yeah.
and then I'd sort of maybe get a bit closer to see.
Okay, so you're drawing your bow and whatever.
Yeah, I've already got my bow drawn.
Okay. So you're walking around the corner.
How far is it from these guys? Where these guys are?
Well, I mean, I assumed you were kind of traveling together.
Yeah.
I was going to say I was maybe like 10 meters behind you.
Meters behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so you're kind of slowly walking up to the edge of the corner.
Yeah.
And you turn around the corner, and there's a single large wolf. Okay. About maybe 60 meters down the road, down the path.
Yeah.
You can the path is in such a way that you can see quite far ahead.
Yeah.
And it's chowing down
On what?
on what looks like a form. On what looks like a human figure. and when it sees you, so you're there.
It saw me.
You're there, and as soon as you come around the thing, it kind of just.
I wasn't peeking around the corner.
Yeah, you were, okay. but it's a forest wolf.
Okay.
It's as good at hunting as you are.
Okay.
So it turns and it's just got blood like it's dripping down its maw, and it sees you, and bites once, and then bounces off into the forest.
Doesn't try to attack me.
No.
Okay. Knows who it's messing with. And then 5 more come out of the forest. Okay.
I'm expecting at some point one of you to say "clever girl."
Clever girl. Sounds like something Rajorne would say. No? Clever girl. Rajorne would say it. Okay. So I sort of motion them to come forward, and then I tell them what I just saw. Massive beast. How big was it?
Twice as big as it actually was, by the sound of it.
Massive!
Not as big as a dire wolf, but bigger than a normal wolf. So not as big as the wolves in Game of Thrones, but
Okay.
like, not a pony size, but just like quite large. Large enough for a child to ride.
Wow, okay. Alright, well let's
Keep going.
Yeah, should we try and... Is there only one pathway that we can walk down? I mean, it's a forest, right? We can navigate through the woods.
Sorry. I mean, you could go off the path if you wanted to.
Seems like... What would Rajorne do? Would he know which one is... He'd
Your
know which
character.
one is... Yeah, I know, but from... Okay, Rajorne would know which way would be best, either to avoid the main pathway now that we've seen this, or to skirt around, or do you want to see who the actual person was?
I think you're better off sticking to the pathway.
Alright then, stick to the pathway, we'll go and see who this... We'll go and have a look at the body.
Okay. So you approach, and you can see that it's one of the townsfolk. With a large part of its face missing. You can also tell that it's quite an elderly man.
Do I recognise him at all from what he's wearing?
Not without a face.
not particularly.
He's from our people.
He seems to have been quite frail. There's not much meat on him. That's probably why the wolf was so ready to abandon him.
Beer check? Beer check?
I mean, yeah.
After we just saw all the blood and
there's
gore of
not
the
really-
town.
Yeah.
There's not really anything
Well,
on him.
you're hidden from that. By
There's not really.
your perch.
Yeah. There's not really
Do
anything.
you
on
want
him.
me to roll a fit check?
Yeah, I mean, you
Think
can
I
take a
wanna roll a fear check.
voluntary discipline check if you think that would disturb you. Would it disturb you?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't think anything more than...
Sergeant, you're
what
the
I've seen
real...
today.
You're very sort of... I've gamed with you a few times now. You're very, like, down the line. Would say my character be disturbed by something like that? I don't... Personally, I don't
Well, how many...
really
think,
think so.
think of
only
how many,
because
how
he's
many,
seen a lot
how
of
many
blood.
Really up to
elderly
you.
people have you seen dead?
Sorry.
How well do you know, like, the people in the town?
I sort of
I mean,
feel like my
Rajorne's a hunter,
character's...
so he'd be used to seeing a lot of blood
Blood.
and gore, but
Yeah.
mostly I would
So
suspect of
human-
animals. And maybe the occasional beastman.
Yeah.
In the town, you were like shooting at things from
A distance.
a distance. And they were very clearly
like-
the enemy.
Yeah. But so this is, like, the first combat you've ever had, too. I mean, I reckon... I'm saying, like, my character would probably be, like, pretty...
So you guys all doing a fear check then?
Yeah, I think I'd do a fear check because I come across this, like, elderly man dead in the middle of a forest
With
fire.
his face ripped off?
Yeah.
Alright, then...
I don't think Rajorne would be too
No.
fast.
That is.
For one, it's a human.
A dead human!
For two, he's been in more than a few battles and seen plenty of chopped up.
I just think, like, I mean, if Rajorne's the type where he's used to gutting animals, then...
I'm
Fair enough.
going to say take.
It's up to you.
Take a
Okay.
discipline check.
What do I do?
Okay, so I'm going to take one too. Do we take it at a penalty?
It's a willpower check.
Yeah.
So you're one into conservative, is that right?
Yep.
So you're 3, so it's 2 blue, 1 green.
I'm trained in it.
2 purples.
1 purple.
Purple, 2 purple.
Sorry.
1 purple.
Yeah, it's not too hard.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a success. And a comet. So he's like super like. You almost have an orgasm.
Are you trained in discipline at all?
Oh damn! That's one boon. So that's all right then.
That's a fail with a boon.
How's it a fail? It's a cancel. They cancel each other out.
Yeah,
So that's a fail.
it's a fail because you need at least
Ah,
one
yeah,
success to be
Yeah.
successful. So,
So yeah, you take the stress.
What about the boon?
you need 2 boons to do anything.
Oh, excellent. No, I had 4 successes and. No. I'll keep my hand. Taking stress.
Okay, so you're a bit shaken by that.
Probably somebody that I knew.
Yeah, possibly. Okay, so that don't matter. Pardon me. So what are you doing with the body? Are you just gonna leave it there? There's nothing really about you want to do stuff naked anyway.
Well, we don't have time to dig a hole.
Let the Fortis claim him. The least we can do is take him off this road.
Yep, I'd say so.
So I'll take lead, considering I passed the check. So I'll like, grab what's left of the clothes around his shoulders and drag him off the path into the forest.
Okay, cool. Alrighty.
The rest will out, mate. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
I'll just
you
remain
continue on, I'm
quiet.
guessing.
Yep.
From there.
Yep.
Okay, so you continue down the road, and you can hear that howling, but it's not focused around you guys. You can hear that it's kind of maybe 400 meters away down the road, but it sounds weird in the forest, and you can hear kind of like distant kind of. It's not just howling; it's cries. People crying out.
And then Liam Neeson comes out of nowhere. And then the grey, right? You haven't seen the grey? Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna keep heading
Well,
down the path.
now that we hear the cries, should we speed up? Start running towards the cries?
What time of day is it?
It's about. I mean, you guys were there. That whole drama happened in the early morning, pretty much.
Okay.
So we're talking about maybe 10 o'clock.
Oh, good. Okay. So it's still quite early. Well,
So,
let's...
you've been walking for a little while though. So you've been walking for maybe half an hour, and maybe about 2 hours. And you've been showing the water around. I'm guessing.
Yep. So now that we hear the cries, I would probably want to speed up to try and save these people.
Can we make a check to identify do they sound like human cries?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna
let's
bolt.
speed it.
I'm gonna bolt towards the sounds.
Balls
Arrow.
towards them?
Well, like running.
Yeah. Okay.
With my bow out,
Mhm.
and arrow ready.
Okay. So there's not much visibility, and you're rushing through, and the closer you get, you can hear more of this, like people thrashing through the undergrowth, and you can hear like the snarling and howling, and you come upon another one of those moments where there's a view down the road, and you can see you can see what looks like the tail end of a band of refugees, who are basically getting picked off. As you see one walking through the thing, and then there's just this wolf just jumps and grabs him by the throat and pulls him down. And you can tell that, like, you can kind of see like flashes of grey. Basically, there's a horde of unarmed refugees who are getting attacked by these wolves, and they're terrified. They're not even stopping. They're not even trying to fight. You don't know how many there are. You don't know how many wolves there are.
Shoot them with arrows. That'll get their attention.
Hey.
How many refugees can I see?
You can see 4 or 5, but you're not really sure how many. How many there are in total.
And the wolves that we've counted so far?
You've only seen 2, but you get the impression of like flashes in the undergrowth and whatever. It's like, do you remember Jurassic Park where there was that scene with the raptors where they like head into this long grass?
Yeah, that was the thing I was thinking.
Like
straight away.
at the end. Yeah.
It's going to be a bit hard to fight in the forest like this with so many trees close to each other. We can't really see where the wolves are coming from. But we're in now.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
Gotta kick some ass.
Alright then. Well, that's it then.
You are.
I'm gonna see that. Gonna take my bow and draw it straight away.
Okay. So, as you're. Oh, okay. So we'll set up your characters and whatever. So what's the order of battle, as it were?
You leave set it. I'm still a bit beat up. I've got your back though.
Okay, so we're on.
So Rajorne's going to be first.
Yep. I'll be launching the arrow, and I'm guessing you'll be running past me. And I'll be launching them over your shoulder while you're going through.
So you're on the road.
Yep.
Except it's not really a road, so don't take the thing. I'm just putting it there.
The skeleton on a tree.
It's the Empire man. I like sticking skeletons to things.
Yeah.
Clothing.
Okay. Cool. So this is that, you know how I told you that there's an opening? That's the forest glade. So
Okay.
the difference is long.
Sunlight filtering through green leaves dapples the forest floor. The trees give way here to an open grassy space studded with stones and low scrub.
Don't listen to that. That's just indicating where the open kind of ground is.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. It's like not so much a glade as it is kind of a small stretch of kind of open ground that sometimes occurs when it's rocky ground.
The air is still and the forest is quiet.
Okay, and then could someone find a character stand up to represent the refugee? Mm-hmm. Any country bumpkin looking thing will work. That one's the enemy one, so
It's the enemy one.
okay. So we'll start by getting our
Rolling initiative or something? Or?
initiative on.
How do we do that again?
It's agility.
Okay. So 4.
Could I have another stand up? The base for the stand up.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry.
Cheers, man.
No bonuses count for this, right? There's no trained things that apply. It's just a straight.
If you're agility trained, then it does.
But there's no.
Like if you've got a fortune die to your agility, then yeah. If you can argue for you having an advantage, but I don't know if you can.
So I guess I'll shift 1 to neutral because of the situation.
Sorry.
So I'll
Up
shift.
to you. If you want to shift.
Well, we're about to
Could
get
someone pass
into.
me the sorry to keep. Ah, it doesn't.
Which one?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He's got it.
I got it.
2 successes. Three successes.
How many successes did you say?
I got 2, he got 3, Surgeon got 1. So the mage goes first, then myself, then the Surgeon.
So 2,
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
It doesn't necessarily have to be that order.
Yeah.
Just means
Just means
the
that
party's on 3, then the party's on 2,
Yeah.
then the party's on 1. We can take it whichever order we
Okay, excellent.
like.
Well, I'll take it last.
You know. Could be a wolf behind you.
That's why I'm in front
It's
of.
behind
That's why I'm in
you.
front of Rajorne. But behind you.
Okay.
Would these things be larger than a human?
What do you mean?
No.
What, like human height? No.
No, I mean size, lengthways, larger than a human.
You ever seen those like? We're talking
Like in
this
the.
high. So a child could ride it.
Damn, that's a big
A
ass.
child could ride it.
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Big.
big. Giant wolf is the word.
So bigger than here?
So they're this side. So they're kind of
Okay.
harassing them. Okay, so as you... So you see that they turn, and this group starts running towards you. But while I just got to go by. Sorry.
Okay, alright.
So it's a group, not a single wolf.
A group of 3.
So each of those represent 3 wolves, is what you're saying. Okay, cool.
The more they're henchmen, the quicker they fall.
Yeah. Have you got rapid thing?
Rapid shot?
Rapid shot?
I do.
Yeah. Go for that.
Where is Arrowstorm?
I'll take guarded position and just follow you down the road.
Good choice.
Your sword's bigger.
I can go to the toilet as well.
I'll just pause that.
Okay, so the first, you guys will get to, one of you will get to go first, then a wolf will go, then you will go, then a wolf will go, then you will go. That's kind of
Okay, so it's back and forth basically. Is
Yeah.
What you're saying? Yeah.
Should I go first then?
Yeah, come on, John.
All right.
Arrowstorm, those sons
Okay.
of bitches.
Some of the sons of bitches. Okay, so I need a yellow die and what was it again? Was it
It's agility.
Agility?
For the ballistic.
so it's 4 of these ones. And I'll take. How many fortune die does each character start off with?
3.
3.
Oh, so we all get 3 in the beginning.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We all get 3 and there's 3
Awesome,
in the
awesome. Okay.
party pool.
Well, I would definitely like to rain some hell on these bitches.
I wouldn't use them all up at once, though.
Maybe 1 or 2.
1. I reckon.
Do you have any purple requirements for the...
Oh, yeah.
unpause it. Yeah. Cool.
So that adds 2 black die straight off, Arrowstorm?
Yeah.
Is that right? Alright, is there any other black die?
Sorry.
Is there
Only
any
if-
other black die that you're...
Yeah, it's pretty open
Okay.
ground, but the wolves are pretty adept at dodging. So you've got 2 black die from their, because you're shooting at them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 black die from their defense, and then an extra black die from their
Big wolves.
being wolves in the woods.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Mm,
yeah,
not
what
perfect.
difficulty did you put it at?
You know, there's...
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. So what's your agility, bro?
4.
Yeah. So it's average. So 2 perfect.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Yeah, I should have said that earlier.
It's worth a shot.
So defense...
I'm a little bit outnumbered
So
here.
the defense stat is a black die
Maybe
for
another white one.
each point of defense.
Sorry.
Defense, like for example, I've got robes, which are defense 1.
Yeah.
So when a character attacks me, they take a black die for my robes.
Yeah. And then there's soak, which is different.
Yeah, which is
So I
just
grab that box underneath it.
that one.
Okay.
Come on, anybody, don't let me down.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know, there's actually quite a few successes in there as well. But
And don't forget, you can turn the gold one into a success if you need to.
Okay, I'll turn that into a success. So that is... Okay, so let's see. So those cancel each other out.
yeah, it's not even...
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it! Somebody want to add me a fortune dice?
So there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't roll it
So
again.
you failed?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you did quite. Just mainly because of the defense as well.
It neutralized it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it means that the card doesn't get used up, so it doesn't need to. You can use it again.
Oh, really? The action cards have to
If you
succeed
fail,
to...
yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So you fire off a bunch of shot. You fire off a shot. and they duck and weave, and you miss.
Damn it.
So you were at long range previously.
Yep.
And one of the attributes of the wolves is that they can move between medium and long with one maneuver.
Damn.
They're fast. So they move. Maybe we should put some tokens in between
indicators.
to indicate how many we're talking about.
Little red dot.
Yeah, those ones work. Yeah.
So long range,
Yeah, long range.
medium, and sure.
Okay, so move them from long to medium. Sorry. And as they get, so that's their maneuver.
Just one wolf.
No, that represents a group of 3.
Oh shit! So there's 9 wolves.
Yeah.
What?
The henchmen though, so
Which means easier.
Okay.
well they're like ×3, but they're also a third. So,
Yeah.
yeah. They have like a third of the wounds of
Okay.
each of
Okay.
a single wolf.
And wounds carry over.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so they emit a ghostly howl. So they're as they're coming up on you, really fast. Like you just boom, and then just like they're like howling at the top of their lungs. I'm not going to do it again.
Come on.
Okay, so
discipline check.
yep, it is a eerie mournful howl that brings. Okay, so discipline all enemies within. Oh, actually, okay, ignore that. Doesn't matter.
They're so
Sorry,
enthusiastic
my
with
bad.
their.
They're howling, but they're not quite there.
They're not
yet.
close enough.
They're not close enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright. Here's the decision. Do we have you go, guard a position, maybe cast a spell?
Well, guard position's an action, so. And I'm not casting any spells in your guys' presence yet. You've probably seen me like cloaked in a bit of like otherworldly shadow, but otherwise you guys don't.
Cloaked
know.
in shadow and
So you
stabbing
don't-
some guy in the back?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's a bit. The stabbing in the back makes up for the magic part. You like you compensate by assuming I'm more, grounded in reality than I actually.
So you don't want to help us?
No. I'll take up guard position, but I'm not going to cast a spell yet.
Okay.
I think it
It's
helps
gonna be
to know a
flourish.
spell when he sees one. Myself, but
I think that in the like there's a lot of smoke and stuff like that. Like I think that you would be inclined towards thinking because elves are just more generally magically attuned. So you would be very suspicious of him, but you wouldn't have your suspicions confirmed. If that makes sense.
okay, fair enough.
Shit! I could have just done the relentless approach and re-rolled.
Well, let's do that now. So continue.
Next time.
They're only wolves. We may need that for something more.
Something else. This can only be used once a
Okay,
day.
we don't have to make the
So
difference.
you know that you have to have them slotted in.
Yeah.
So which ones are slotted in at the moment?
Nothing at the moment.
Well,
I'm
you should
thinking-
do that now. Make sure that you.
I'm thinking we've got time. If you go now,
Yeah, I think I was.
guard a position,
Yeah, guard a position.
then whatever we do next, we'll have a
So it's a discipline
chance
check.
of success.
So any particular focus?
No.
All right, you should. You've only got one focus in. Have you got any? Are you guys going to put any in the talent?
What's the
I don't have any.
focus?
You should put one in there.
Yeah.
Um,
None of us have got reputation, right? So
no, I've only got my order. Although I technically need to buy another talent, so I'll
okay,
get one.
I think I'll put deductive reasoning in there.
Okay.
I'm going to make a check to go into guard position in my turn,
Yep.
and take up position, shielding, screening Jamal and
Screaming?
Rajorne and Seradin.
You mean you're going to be in front of us?
What?
Running interference. Well, I have to be in front of Bjorn because you're going to take the main. Like, you're going to be the combat guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not in front, but I'm in between and around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
2 successes and a boon. Bummer, man.
No, I mean it goes off. It just depends if it triggers any of
Just
the.
one.
yeah, just one.
Does it need 2 boons to really?
Needs
Needs
3
3.
boons.
So it still works.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
enemy attacks get 1 black die.
Yeah.
But it needs 2 boons to get to 3. To 2 black die.
That would have been good because it
3
would have been
boons.
2 black die to any of them trying to target us.
So what was the result?
Well, they all get 1 black die on ballistic and melee attacks
To any ally or yourself.
Okay.
in the same engagement.
Okay, so the wolves.
So, as you watch, another group of wolves break off from harrying the refugees.
Yep.
And head towards you. So move to the next one.
Come on, I'll take you all on.
Okay. They don't have any ballistic weapons. Surprisingly enough.
I'm just trying to think. So should I go into guarded position as well?
I think you
And
should
then
just
add
save it.
another.
Oh, I mean,
black
you're not
die.
here yet. Yeah.
I mean, not just rush headlong into
Yeah,
combat.
it's only until the end of the next turn, so I think you should do it. It doesn't take any time to recharge. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm
They're going to hit
move
us before we can hit them, so...
just slightly ahead of
Rajorne.
Rajorne,
Okay.
and try for guarded position, which is
It's just a straight discipline check, no penalty.
okay. Okay, so I am discipline, which is willpower, so 3. Hang on.
What are you attempting to do?
Guarded position.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got no challenge die.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. 1.
No, none.
Yep.
Success.
3 successes
Nice.
and 2 boons.
So they add 3 black dice.
Do you have a...
And do you say 2 boons? That's an
Yeah.
engaged ally may remove 1 recharge token from any of his currently recharging cards.
Which would
So
matter
you
for
can-
you if you're...
If the thing
Oh,
worked,
if
yeah.
it had worked, yeah.
You don't each other.
Oh, no.
No, guarded position is 0.
No, this is just the power I have on channel power.
Okay,
So,
Yeah. Okay. So then the next set of wolves, they continue to harry the refugees, and you see them drag down another 2.
Son of a bitch.
And they're kind of getting out of your field of view now.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Help
It's not
us!
very
Dying.
pleasant.
Yeah.
But they hamstringed one of them, and she's just like lying.
Not concerned. We're doing what we can.
Yeah. I'm going to take out
I'm
these.
an elf, I don't care anyway.
I'm going to take out
Stupid
these.
humans, just more dead ones. Whatever.
can I make lots of noise to try and...
Distract them.
Well, draw the last group of
Okay,
wolves?
cool. So
Wait to my turn.
okay, so now we're
Wolves?
at. That was what the wolves were doing.
Oh, right. Okay.
So now it's your turn.
Alright.
So it's...
Shoot some
Rajorne's
more,
turn?
John.
So how many black dice this time?
For what? Same.
So
You're going to do
Gonna
Ariston
do the
again, or do you
Ariston
want to
again.
just try and...
well, if I do Ariston, can I hit both of these guys?
Each one of those is 3.
I know, but
And if you
seeing as
hit
it's
them,
like,
it'll carry through the 3 in the stand. So if you get more than enough to kill one, it carries over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can potentially kill more than one wolf by shooting just one of these stands.
all right.
If you,
You
do
can't
enough
shoot
damage.
both stands,
Yep.
basically.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know what the card says. What does the card say?
it says you can hit up to a maximum of 3 total targets.
Okay, yeah, you can then. If you kill all the wolves on one stand, you can shoot the next stand. If you're that boss, then yeah. Okay, so
Okay, so how many black dice?
3.
So it was
2
3
for their
straight on,
defense, 1 for them being
and
in
then
their
2
home
for
territory.
Ariston,
Damn.
and then your
Oh,
agility,
no
so it's 4.
Is
You're neutral.
You're neutral still.
Yeah.
You don't want to move into any.
I might go 1 into
Yeah,
conservative if I was you.
I'll go into 1 in conservative.
You know, you can make a maneuver as well.
2 party fortune.
Well, perhaps I'll
is
move
it-
back.
We've got plenty of fortune on our own.
I'll move back a bit more. To
And whenever the party's fortune
So
full is
you
empty,
give
we
myself a
immediately
bit
add
more
1 fortune die.
space.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you're moving.
Is that? That's not a problem, is it?
No.
So we're throwing in 2 party fortune.
All right, and I'll probably Should I save that one?
I would save it.
Is it your last one?
Okay, yeah. And we get one extra once we finish.
Yeah, that's.
What's the Reichlander's special?
I think you get to use like a. Yeah, you get to like add a gold or a white die to, or 2 white die to any roll once per day.
Once a fortune. I thought it was a fortune die spent. Should find it.
And you might want to use that relentless or whatever it is.
This one's still breath.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah. If it doesn't work, then I'll do that. Okay, so how many purples?
Don't you have to?
Well, I've done
So
that.
the Reichlander characteristics is that they can use a thing called Favoured by Fate, where once per session a Reichlander may add 2 fortune die to any single check.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. Yeah.
Fortune die.
Nice. So favoured by fate.
So you got that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, how many purples? Is it 2?
Sorry? Yeah, it's 2.
Oh crap!
Oh, it's looking good.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh, actually.
I could have sworn that black die just changed those 2 purple die.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah.
But
At least the double fail. I think the Chaos Star was there before. That was Chaos
I don't
Star.
think it was.
the Chaos Star was
That
there before,
was,
but I think
It was cocked, so roll it again.
No, it was a
It was halfway
Chaos.
between.
It was a Chaos Star, but when the black die, the last black die got rolled, it knocked the 2 challenge die.
yeah.
Yeah.
It turned that one from, I don't know, like a fail into 2 failures.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
But that one was a Chaos Star.
Well then,
So that was always a Chaos Star. It was just cocked a bit by that.
all right.
Okay, so you got 3 successes and a boon against 3 fails and a Chaos Star.
So
Well-
you're going to use your...
I would say.
Wait. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes against 3 failures.
Yeah.
I would re-roll. Let's
Yeah.
say.
I think it's worth doing.
Okay, so I don't need to re-roll the purples.
So that was a success.
Just
though.
re-roll the white and the black.
So that was a success though, right?
No,
Yeah.
it was a wash.
Oh,
There
yeah.
were 3 successes,
no, it
3
was-
failures.
It was 4
Oh, no,
successes.
one of those was
It was
a,
like
one
that.
of those was a delay.
It was a success and a boon.
One of the it was.
Yeah, but there were 4 successes, so you had 1, 2, 3, and then one of the white
There was
dice.
4 successes.
Oh, right.
Well, you've already chosen to reroll them. So.
Yeah. 4 successes, 3 fails.
So it's still a success.
You win. Yeah, you win though now.
You win. You've got 2 successes. I think no. Yeah. You've got 2 at the end. You've got 2 successes and a chaos.
Okay,
star.
wait.
So you get 2 successes and a chaos star.
Okay.
Okay. So what does
That
mean on your
means you hit the targets for normal damage.
Does the chaos star mean anything in particular?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. As you hear a scream from the woods, and you get the impression that again another refugee has fallen. So okay. So
Was that the Chaos Star?
Why did we even bother helping these
I
people?
We're losing off.
okay.
Alright, so what's normal
what's
damage?
normal damage?
Okay, with the longbow it's 5 and 3 critical, and pierce 1.
Pierce 1. Okay, there's soak 2. So
Okay.
So what does that
5.
mean? 5 plus 3? Is
So
it?
5 plus your
It
agility.
means you need 3 boons to initiate a critical.
Okay, right.
So you take your base damage for the weapon.
Yep.
Then you add the appropriate stat. So to be strength for a melee attack or agility for a
agility.
ballistic attack.
Agility.
So
So
it's 9,
9,
and it gets through 1
plus 1
DR.
penetration. So 10 minus 1 soak, right?
minus 1 soak and
Or 9 minus.
and
Yeah, 9 minus 1
and
soak.
4. So 4. Well, because you get toughness as soak.
Yeah.
So 5 minus 5. So 9 minus 5.
Yep.
So,
4.
okay. Yep. So 4. So-
And that allows you to fire again, doesn't
Fire
it?
again.
Isn't that
That's
what
fire
Aerostorm
again.
is?
Is it?
With increasing difficulty?
Yeah, I think it is. So with your first shot, you hit a wolf in the shoulder, and it goes over and just lays there.
Okay, cool.
Get yourself some wolf pelts.
Alright. Okay, so I'm allowed to fire again.
Yep.
Okay. With the same shot?
I think it increases in difficulty.
It's the same everything except without those fortune die.
Yeah.
and with increased difficulty.
So I just keep doing arrow storm.
Yeah.
Until how long?
Until you miss, I gather.
Ah, awesome.
What does it say? What does it say?
Doesn't say anything.
Arrow storm. Yeah, add. Okay. Well, I gather that like you can use it.
Alrighty. Let's go again.
So it was 3 black straight off.
Yep.
2 black for arrow storm.
Oh wait, no, that's not how it works.
Oh, do you need to succeed by a certain amount?
It's only one thing. So we've been running it wrong.
Oh.
Okay, so so add a black die to your dice pool for each target beyond the first. So he would be targeting both of those, and then would do damage to both of those. That makes sense.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
So he would have added an extra black die. So roll a black die, just a single black die, see if what you get. Okay, you're fine. So
So it would have been 4 damage to both.
So 4 damage to both.
Alright.
okay, so you've killed another wolf.
So
you
So
just shot all these
one
shots
wolf
up.
out of there and 1 wolf out of there.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's not like you shoot and you shoot again. And you shoot again. Just,
What happened with the chaos staff?
That was the refugee going down in the
Oh,
woods.
well, that's not too bad. Actually, it might be my wife.
I'm sure she wouldn't. I'm sure she didn't go down.
Yeah.
So now you need recharge tokens on Ariston.
Yes. Wait, what did you say? What?
She could just be a hedge witch.
She could.
Or she could be a hedge witch possessed by a demon.
But she wouldn't answer my question.
Thanks,
she wouldn't
guys.
help me, so she must be a demon.
So where's the recharge tokens?
I think or you can just use them on
They're not in.
And you just do the regular tokens. How did the dice get in there? All these dice randomly in the thing.
Okay, so it's
you can't lose Warhammer Fantasy dice like that.
No.
It's the wolves.
It is the wolves. Okay,
And
so
then the quick wits is taken.
what are you doing?
Quick wits takes 2 recharge tokens off.
Yeah, you haven't used that yet, so...
Oh, you can't. It doesn't.
You have to
use it
exhaust
all at
it.
once.
You only use one of these at a time.
Yeah, you spend them and then they get recharged for 4 recharge tokens.
Okay.
Okay.
Some of them are passive though.
Some of them are
Like,
passive,
I think that-
some of them are just one
Like the
each
bigger they
session.
are is a passive one.
Yep.
Okay. It's cold.
It is.
Okay. So
You think they like magnetize all these little strips at great expense to just like
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
just like a computer game.
It costs money.
All right. I've got
more than they do already.
All you need is that you know that magnet.
Like magnet paper.
Magnet paper stuff.
Yeah,
That you
I
use
found
for
out
magnets.
that even existed the other day.
And some rare earth magnets. Anyway, so okay, so the
Rare earth
wolves. So one group moves.
So they're currently, where are they at? They're at
Medium.
medium. So
So
they move
sort
too
of,
close.
sort of
Yeah.
take my bow and fire off a whole bunch of shots, and then I take down 2 of the wolves.
Yeah.
Out of the.
That's right.
So move to close.
Yeah. Pardon me. Okay, so then
Spend a
they,
maneuver to move to engaged.
no, they howl as they're coming
Okay.
in.
Alright, okay, discipline check.
Yeah, so everyone within close range, which is everyone, takes a average discipline check or suffer 1 wound. But first, they have to actually succeed in doing the action. So
They have to.
hold your
okay.
horses.
The wolves have to roll
Hold your
3
horses.
black as well.
No, because it's not a
Oh,
melee or
not an
ranged
attack.
attack.
Oh,
It's
right.
just
Yeah, so for that, 2 of the dice were coming from their defense, which is kind of like things that interrupt shots coming in.
Yep.
Like a wizard's robes or...
armor or...
Well, you know, armor,
armor's a little-
not like trapping an arrow,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
you know, the rounded plates that let an arrow ting off. And then
Okay.
an extra defense was for their, like, agility.
Okay. I didn't actually record any defenses.
So
while they were
everyone
on.
take an average.
Leather doesn't get any, it just
Okay.
has 2 soak, so...
Which is 2
Yeah,
wounds.
soak is damage reduction.
Wow, boss.
Trust me. mate.
Wait, sorry. What
So it's
was?
1 purple
I
die?
took it from the Banshee one.
Yeah. 1 purple die?
What just happened?
It's
Or is it
discipline.
You
Okay.
said it's
Okay.
average.
It's an average, so it's 2.
Two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you say just then?
It's a discipline check.
Discipline check. If you fail
Average,
it, you
so
take
2 purple
wounds.
die.
If we fail it, we take 2 wounds.
Yeah.
mind if I use a party fortune die on this one?
No, go ahead.
You're in pretty bad shape. What was that?
That's my book falling off the table. I'm being too enthusiastic for my dice rolling.
So we've exhausted all of
Oh,
our
it's
fortune
another
die.
purple die.
Ah,
I'm
damn.
resolving.
Okay.
So I got...
Damn. It's a success.
Yeah,
Quite a
quite
good
a good
success.
success, yes. And a chaos star though. 1 chaos star.
Okay.
And
Grab the 2 purple.
1 chaos star, 4 successes,
Are you
and
finished
delay.
no, hang on.
Another
Let's go.
scream from the woods.
Oh, damn.
Success, boon, and a chaos star.
Oh,
The last refugee that you can see, those wolves
Ah.
bite down on, and then turn and face you.
Ah.
they're saving him for later.
Oh man.
He got a chaos star too. Damn, we're having bad luck.
So everyone succeeded though, right?
2 successes, a boon, and a chaos star.
Obviously the refugees didn't, and he was like...
Oh, man. So he's
Alright,
dead.
so... Okay. I don't have the stand up for it, but...
Oh, man. Sounds like something else is coming.
Is the
You hear
daddy wolf comes along.
you hear a rustling this time from behind you.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Excellent, yes.
Alright, so so everyone passed that, right? So no one's
Yeah.
in the room?
Yeah.
We all
That's good. Okay.
Alright.
So now next.
Okay. I'm going to do which one is it?
So she making nachos for us. That's awesome.
Path of Falling Water. So I'm at close range. I'm going to move in, smack one into the next sentry,
Yeah.
move back.
Let's do this.
That's
Lord of the Rings special ability.
So all of our chaos stars basically just killed off all of the civilian, the refugees, and now has brought some
strength
more
4.
I'm feeling kind of relieved actually,
So,
because now there's no
strength
one that
4.
can like report evidence as to
Two.
who we are. Like, these people saved us in the forest.
Any black die?
2 black
So
dice.
I feel terrible.
These are my people, man.
I just killed them in a roundabout way. And potentially let a demon free.
Potentially a demon free.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about witch hunters, right? They're prepared to make great sacrifices, but the reason they make great sacrifices is because they know they're dealing with like a very, very great enemy.
So their brutality is...
So in a way, it may have been like quite worth it to kill 30 people from your town to find and kill this witch or demon.
Oh, God.
But instead, I like set the town on fire and...
Burn the whole town. Hey, they probably
Hey,
wouldn't,
if this demon is my wife,
Okay. So I've got
We'll see.
a fail, 2 boons, and a comet.
Okay, and no success?
Well, they cancel.
Oh, they cancel each other?
Can
You-
I
the
turn
comet
those
can-
into a... Oh, no, that won't actually do anything.
You can turn the comet into a success
Yeah.
and just take the boon. Or you can try and get...
2 bones don't make a success.
So I can't
No.
turn those into a success and the comet into a success?
No.
I'll take the 2 boons, not that it actually does anything for me, because I don't have any active defenses recharging. Alright, that's fine.
Okay. So you're taking the comet?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can still hear screams in the distance.
Yeah, they're still alive.
Alright, okay, so then the next group,
Yep.
This one.
this group,
They come up and they have...
howls and charges into combat. One of them scratches itself as it comes in.
Okay.
Hey, do those black dice?
So,
Does that remain? Do they have to keep rolling those black die?
Sorry?
You know how the wolves have to roll 3 black against us because of their guarded positions. So they have to keep doing that the whole entire.
We don't have the guard position at the moment. It's only for 1 turn,
Ew.
and it's taken them 2 turns to get into contact.
Fair
So.
enough. Fair enough.
So they're all swarming at Al.
Okay.
Okay.
So we take a discipline check first. Oh, you got to roll to see if it goes off, right? Didn't you say they were howling?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
They're always howling, but this isn't that kind of howl.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're going to bite you.
Okay. I will do improved parry.
Yep.
So add a purple die.
Okay. What's your toughness? What's your toughness?
Toughness 3. Actually, add a purple die and add a black die.
Okay. Anything else? Any defense? What's your armor defense?
It is.
Take off one of these recharge things each turn, right?
Soak
Each
3.
turn that you have. Not soak, defense.
Oh, it is toughness, so it's 3.
So
No, toughness is your defense is your armor. Sometimes your armor will have a defense.
Oh.
on it. I don't know
yeah,
if it
think
does.
It does somewhere.
Like robes have defense instead of soak.
Where's the main book? There's the back. I thought I had it.
I think it doesn't. Okay,
Defense 1, soak 3.
this one. Checking. Okay. Alright. So they swarm in and just start grabbing at your arms and like biting at your face, and like they get through your armor just.
Right.
They're kind of, you're trying to parry them off, right? So they like kind of step back for a second after they come in and bite you. Okay? So they afflict, so 8 damage.
Damn.
Man.
Again, minus his toughness.
Minus
and
his
soak.
toughness and minus his soak. So his
Oh,
soak,
okay.
toughness 3, soak 3 if I gather. So it's 2 damage. 2
No,
wounds.
it's not too bad.
No criticals.
So Hans, I believe it is your turn, my friend.
If only I had a spell that actually did something, eh? Rather than it helps me hard.
You're a mage user, are you? I could do Hunter's Eye next time round and potentially get us a +1 white die to all of our attacks. Or should I just start firing? Is the question.
So you know that's wolves engage with you, right?
Yes. Ah, it must be within long range. Okay.
That's within long range,
Yep,
but you can't
yep,
fire while you're in
Yep,
combat.
yep. Oh, yep. So, wait, so I need to move back.
I don't think anyway. So you can like, I guess they're in close range because they're really only engaged with Al. So you can use a maneuver to move.
Okay.
Or I shoot, but keep in mind that they're right near Al, so you might hit Al. You start chucking out chaos stars, then you'll start accidentally shooting Al in the back. And Al has a bad.
And I know from experience that
fire.
being hit with friendly fire is not good.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it is. I gotta have to take it out.
So is it my turn?
Yeah, Hans, it is your turn.
Oh, it's one of yours turn. You can decide between you.
Okay.
Oh no, it's yours because he
Yeah,
did the.
did the bow. Do you want me to make a ranged attack? And like
Kill them, Hans. Kill them all.
Do you want me to keep running interference?
Have you got any spells that you think?
No,
would
I
be
can.
useful?
I can do some damage, but I was wondering if going into guarded positions
would
more
any of your
worthwhile.
interference spells be useful?
No,
No.
not unless they're susceptible to a cantrip. All right, I'm going to cast Blade in the Dark just for something to do. So I've got 3 power already, so I need to make a channeling check. So I draw my sword, if I hadn't already. Is there enough shadow on the
We're in a forest.
path?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright. Yeah, so I make a spellcasting check. Can I have another
What do you after?
another characteristic die, please? Alright. This doesn't list any difficulty die at all.
Okay.
So what should it be? At the moment, it's just a spellcraft versus target defense.
Okay. Then
So-
so it's target defense. So what? Defense is 4. So what's your spellcraft?
4.
4. So it's 2 difficulty.
No, 2 purple die, please. 1.
He's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Success.
Oh.
Very nice.
Definitely a success, but also a delay.
Drain.
His knife comes out 10 minutes later.
So, success and a delay.
Yep.
2 successes and a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't turn this to a Sigmar's Comet.
No. It's not a +1, is it? No.
Can I turn it to a boon?
No.
No?
Why would you want it to be?
So give myself +1 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Okay. So what was the result of that?
So it's just like a melee attack. So 5 + 3.
So is the thing that things that normally apply to a melee attack apply here?
Yeah.
So
So it's basically just a melee attack,
how many
but
successes did you
it's
get?
in close range.
How many successes did you get?
2, yeah.
Only 2. Okay, cool. Any other specialty? No.
No, I need a
So what's your melee attack? What's your strength?
strength is 3, and I'm using a rapier, so damage is 5.
Okay, so
Okay.
so 8 minus 7.
Ouch.
So 1.
Damn.
So
Wait.
was that?
How?
Sorry,
So they have like 2.
sorry, wait. So their toughness 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, minus 6. So 2.
But they've got like 2 defense.
2
2 soak, yeah.
But 4 tough.
Well, 2
4
defense and
toughness.
2 soak.
Does the rapier have pierce?
No.
Okay. So you just casually go foot like that with your rapier, and then it just as casually comes out of one of the shadows and stabs a wolf right through the neck.
Nice.
And that sucker goes down.
Alright.
Alrighty, cool.
Gonna launch an arrow in these bitches.
Okay. So well, they're gonna get a go as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
First. Okay, so they move them to 2 maneuvers.
Right, so they're close?
Yeah, so it's close.
Okay.
Okay, so now you can shoot some arrows on these
I would like to kill them before they kill me.
So yeah, who's going next?
I'll go next.
You're going. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, what...
Didn't you already go? You went, then
Jamal went.
Jamal
then
went,
You went.
I
and then
went.
he went. Okay.
I went,
And so
then they went.
Okay.
So now it's time to kill another 2.
Okay, so now it's okay.
Now
2
it's one of us.
townsfolk.
Remember there was that delay before,
Yeah.
so...
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Going for I'm going to go Path of the Autumn Wind on the nearest one.
Okay.
Such poetic names for things that are dealing out death.
And I'm going to go another one in the conservative. Get that one, that one, and 2 difficulty. Strength 4.
Yep.
Yep. And a black die for that one.
So we'll probably eat around 1, is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Excellent.
Everyone's right for drinks again?
Sure, might get some tea later.
Okay. Get another drink.
Maybe some,
Supply of Coke.
maybe some tea.
Yeah, you want tea?
There any any
too,
other
please.
any other nibblies as well, or
I'll see what I got.
Hey, cat, you cut it in fat.
oh, that looks good.
Obviously,
Nice.
it's 2 Banes.
I see lots of successes.
Cancel.
All right, that's a good success.
They cancel.
2 successes.
2 successes and a burn. Does that trigger anything? Oh, I'm going to use exceptional training to cancel the 2 boons that were over here.
2 banes. 2 banes.
2 banes, rather.
Nice.
So it'll give me back 2 boons.
Nice.
So what's that one? I can't remember. So that.
Maybe we'll make some of these, just quickly.
What are they?
People who want nibblies, just to
You just chuck them in the microwave or something? Or?
No, they're in the oven.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they're
Alright.
already in like. Yeah, pretty quickly. 15 minutes or so. So how did the attack go?
So successful, so I hit for normal damage,
Mm-hmm. Which is like 11 or something?
which is. Hang on, what did I get? I got 3 boons. So 6, 10.
Looks more like it.
And hang on, oh, I did something funky. Oh, critical.
How many boons do you get?
3.
So it's a critical as well, yeah.
Critical, and because it's sort of Hoth, you pick 2.
So who were you attacking? Which group?
The one that was attacking me.
Okay.
When I attacked, I didn't kill the wolf, did I? Yeah. Okay.
So I think there was 1 wolf left in that group.
It was. And
So attack the other one, I guess.
so you're attacking the one that's attacking you. So the one that was.
The one left. There was 3.
One left. Yep.
swarmed
Okay,
me.
Yep. And then there was
1
3
died.
in close range. Yeah. Okay. So you run in, and so you're doing your jump in, jump out.
No.
No. You
No,
just
I was
ran
already
in?
engaged
Just
with
so
them,
just
right?
a normal attack.
Yeah.
Normal attack. Okay. Wolf just.
Splits in half.
Yeah. So remove the.
Yeah, you like the sound of that, don't you?
But pass me that stand up.
Because there's more.
So how many wolves are left?
Sorry.
How many wolves can we see that are left?
You've killed one of the other group, this group. So there's 2 of them left, and then there's 3 of that left. And sorry. Ooh, bad. There should be some.
That's what happens when you put a pistol grip on a...
Yeah. It goes off.
I didn't remember that.
Good. There should be some paper towels in there, bro. Yeah, it's not too bad. It just all went on the. There you go. Thanks, bro. Never trust me around anything liquid. Everybody knows this. Okay. So, just for the benefits of the tape, just send water everywhere. Okay.
So it was the wolves' turn now.
Yep.
Second group. So they're gonna have another go at you. So they're swarming
course.
you again.
Yep.
And
How many left in this group now? Because like I down 2, he down 1, you
There's-
down 1.
So the
Actually,
three
you down.
3 in one group have been killed off.
Yeah.
There's 2 left in that group because that's one of the groups that you shot with the arrows first off.
Yep.
And there's 3
So
in
we
that
got
final group.
5 more
coming
against
behind.
I'll take a turn around this time. I'll do guard position this time.
so they attack you, Al.
Okay. I'm going to do Speed of Assyrian. So you add... one, 4 black die.
Wow. Okay.
And knowing
have
you,
one
you'll
defense,
still
right?
succeed, and I'll take some wounds anyway.
You have 1 defense, yeah.
Yeah, 1 defense, 2 soak. Oh, 3 soak.
You don't count your toughness?
Oh, plus the toughness.
Okay. So they're biting at you again. Just dropped a die. Okay. Pass me. Okay. Check that out. 1 success.
Yep.
Nothing else. Okay. So they bite down you and inflict normal damage, which is 8.
Right. Minus 3, 3, and 1, so I'll do 1 wound.
Damn, you tough.
So they're just basically nipping at you.
Okay, so seeing as we skipped my turn last time,
Did we?
No.
well, yeah, because he went and then we skipped me and you went. And
No, I was the last one. Wasn't I?
You shot first,
Yeah, and then you went,
then I went,
and
then
then
he
he
went.
Skip me.
We've got, all the wolves through there had their turn.
Yep.
Then this time around, I went first.
I
Now it's the wolves. The
Start of
wolves have
second
just
turn.
attacked me.
Okay.
Now it's one of us.
So yeah, one of us can go to guarded position.
Well, I was gonna shoot the wolves, but it's.
Shoot the wolves.
What do you think?
I think I'll go into guarded position because. Are you going to take penalties to shoot these guys at range while we're in
No,
combat?
not when they're that close.
But the wolves have been swarming me.
They're attacking him. It's the same deal as last time. You can charge in and start stabbing at them if you want. Or you can shoot the ones
You
that
could make a maneuver and shoot.
Is it like
You could step
is he?
to the side and shoot at the ones that are incoming,
Yep.
and that would be fine. That wouldn't take just 1 maneuver.
All right, I'll do that. I'll also use quick wits, so I'll take off 2 onto the arrow storm thing. So I've only got 1 more. Have to wait 1 more round till I can use it again.
Okay, so just going to do range shot or something funky?
What's quick wit?
So
so
you
you-
exhaust this card to remove 2 recharge tokens
Okay,
from
so
one of your
when
currently
you
recharging
exhaust
cards.
it, you just turn it over. So which one was you used that one as well?
Yep.
So that they're both you just keep them there. You just turn them over.
Ah, okay.
You can't swap them out now. You have to use a maneuver to swap them for something
Okay.
else.
All right.
Will other talents in here?
Yes.
All right.
All the player stuff is in that one.
So if I'm going for a ranged shot,
Well, you've got some other ranged shots, haven't you? I mean, you can do an ordinary range shot if you want. But
I've
you've
got
a few other-
immobilizing shot and trick shot, which is pretty much
Yeah,
you and
it's
the other
not
one.
gonna-
I'm not sure. With the charging wolves. Maybe,
Fair
I don't
enough. Yeah, no, that's fair
know.
enough.
Put it out there.
Immobilize a henchman? That's possible?
I think so.
They don't just take the arrow in their leg and like, oh, I can't move. Ah!
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I know. I just would have thought, given that 1 arrow is more than likely to kill one of the wolves,
Yeah.
what's there to immobilize? Like,
A net arrow?
That's true.
Well, you would shoot one and then it would trip the other ones up.
oh, yeah.
So it would slow,
Anyway,
would slow them all.
Yeah. It wouldn't stop them, but it'd slow them. So, are you gonna...
Do it.
All right. Immobilizing shot then. Okay, so 2 black die from the card. 1 yellow for specialization, 1 green and 3 blues.
2 black from them.
2 blacks. Where are my blacks at?
I've got all the blacks because...
Thanks. Because you racists. And then how many purples? How many purples?
So?
2 purples?
Yeah, I gather.
And these odds are not good. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back and aim for these ones that are charging and try and do an immobilizing shot.
Doing a maneuver.
And
Is that your Is that your bag?
3 successes,
It's been a nest
4,
Nothing fragile,
5,
man, but-
5 fails,
fail.
2 boons, 1 success. Yeah, so that's a fail. So you shoot at them and you miss. Not your lucky day today, bro.
No, it's not.
Oh, not surprising given all the black that you're
Yeah.
up against.
Okay. So then that
Just go
group
for a normal shot.
sees you miss them and charges you. So they're gonna.
So do I do like dodge to?
So they're gonna make a. They're gonna bite at you as well.
Yeah, you can do a dodge. In
Alright, so
response.
I'll do. I'll use dodge.
Yep. So what's your? Do you have armor?
I have
so
leather
you're
armor
into
with a
conservative,
circuit.
so it's going to be the green side of dodge.
Yep.
With a circuit too, but there's no.
I should put 4 onto that.
What's your toughness?
My toughness is 4.
Okay. And is there any particular? Do you have any defense? I know that leather armor is soaked, but
No
no
defense.
defense. Okay.
So you add a black die
For
for him
the-
dodging.
For him dodging, yeah.
You're not trained in coordination, are you,
Nope.
John?
Nope.
Nope. So just 1 black die.
Okay. So yeah. So 2 purple, 1 black.
Yep.
Okay, 3 successes, 1 failure, 1 fatigue.
Yeah, okay. So as they're coming in, you try and dodge out of the way, and it kind of works. One of them gets and butts its head into like a nearby tree branch, but they still get you. So they do 8 damage. So what's your toughness?
Toughness is 4, soak is
soak is
2,
2.
so that's 2 damage.
2 damage.
So I take 2 of these on.
No.
What's the... have you got any defense on your
Oh,
armor?
actually, sorry, it's a critical. Hey, yeah. So one of
Oh,
those.
you've got enough successes to trigger.
Yeah, I got enough successes
Or
to-
burns or whatever.
Yeah, I got enough successes. So it's 1 regular wound and then 1 critical. So that's check these.
So you must have like grabbed my.
So they're just tearing at you, man.
Yeah.
I never trust these because they're not like. So 1 from here and then 1 from here, and then let's
That's a
see,
flip one.
spitting teeth. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, dude. So you take. Read that.
Not so pretty now, eh?
When you receive this critical wound, you immediately suffer a number of additional wounds equal to the highest severity rating among all the critical wounds you are suffering from.
So that wound. So and then it's basically that's it. So you suffer an extra 3 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Equal to the highest severity rating among
That's
all the
the
critical
highest severity rating is that card because there's no
Is
other card.
3.
If you, for example, had received a bunch of other critical wounds previously,
Yep.
then
Then
you'd
you
look
get-
to see...
Which
and
one was
that
higher?
could
So,
be
so do I take 3 more of these or something?
Take 3 more of those, yeah. So yeah.
On top of
it's
this-
still pretty bad.
On top of this card?
On top of it, yeah. You leave that one turned up because you'll still have to heal it.
Yep.
Wait, so
So just pick 3 from...
1, 2,
And don't turn them over. Just they're face down, and they just count as wounds.
so
They're
there you go.
spitting too.
Nice. So
I need to go
one
to a
of them-
dentist after this.
So one of them, as he like grabs you by the neck and just goes like that, and smacks your head like the one that the other, the branch that the other one banged into.
Yeah.
This one's getting revenge, and so he smashes, and knocks out a bunch of your teeth, and you're just like, "Huh."
Dentist afterwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the dental health in the Empire is so very, very healthy.
You can find you a barber.
Yeah, you can find you a barber to pull out more teeth to fix your lacking teeth, or you can get some wooden fake teeth.
Just go the whole hog. Remove the rest and go for wooden dentures.
Yeah.
And we're going to Marienburg, so we can probably get you some gold teeth.
Yeah, like a mouse. Get some grills, son.
Some grills.
Bear grills. Alright, who's next?
Rolling through the forest.
You're next,
Yeah, I'll go next.
Hans is next.
So how many...
The not gay shadow wizard.
Lol.
Undermove. How many wolves are in that one?
You got about
Still
2 more minutes till those things are ready.
Yeah.
And that's 3.
Yeah.
Alright, well I'll just charge in and attack the wolves that are fighting you. Yeah, so I'll just make a melee strike.
Against 2? Against his wolves?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Against
Okay,
Alistair's wolves.
toughness 4, defense 2 defense,
So strength 3.
Ooh. That's hard. 3 purple, 2 black.
Yeah. Alright. No, I'll do active defense or guard up position. It's probably more useful than anything else I can do right now.
Okay.
So can I have a conservative and 3 characteristic? Yeah. Use party fortune and fortune.
Why'd you put another one?
Because it refills as soon as it...
Really? So we always have one.
We always have one.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
Why would you ever not use it?
That's awesome.
Unless it has like a potential negative effect.
I would have used that last round then. Yeah. Oh.
Alright, there we go.
Very nice.
And roll again. So it's 4 successes and a boon. 5 successes and a boon. It's got to trigger something.
So it's a melee strike, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's guarded position.
guard position.
Yeah, so... Did I just get the 1 boon?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, can he change like 2 successes into 1 burn? No.
It doesn't matter. I got 3 successes, so any target attacking us adds 2 black die to melee or ranged attacks.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Okay, wolves.
Okay, so the other ones are going to... Well, because there's only 2 groups now, so...
Yeah.
So one of you... So everyone's acted?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so next turn it'll be wolves. Well, now it's wolves, you guys,
Wolves.
wolves,
Us. Wolves.
you, and then no wolves,
Yeah.
and you, and then... Because there's 1 less initiative spot. Okay, so they are...
I just assumed it was taken up by the massive wolf behind us.
What massive wolf?
Yeah. Okay, so the next group is attacking you, Al.
Okay. This time we'll go for dodge.
Yep, which is not improved, so just regular, so an extra black.
2 black because I'm trained in coordination.
Okay, so 2 black. Anything else? 1 defense. Oh, from your mail. Yeah.
Did anyone here take deductive reasoning?
Nope.
Yes, it's in the. It was in the.
Oh, it was on the
Oh, Al.
focus one.
You have to spend 1 of your XP on a wound point before you do anything.
Deductive reasoning for all of us.
So you
Okay.
just...
So
because,
anytime an intelligence check.
according to the thing, you know how you've got a list of...
Yeah, I'd already done
You have
that.
to take them in order.
So 3
Yeah.
successes
So
we get a boon.
you've already spent 1 on your wound threshold?
Yeah, so I got this
I
passive
mean-
one.
Yes,
That's cool.
that's in the future.
Nice.
So
Sort of.
Oh, but
like channeling is
you
always a
can't
magic
save
shit,
until you've
so.
spent the...
Yeah, I'm not saving, but I had nothing to
It's
spend it
something
on.
that,
Okay, you
so
got
that
to
stays
spend
the
on
whole
wound threshold,
entire
so
encounter.
increase
So
your
it's a
wound
passive
threshold by
power.
1 and make
Can we
that.
put any of our
So you have
things
1
on there?
XP.
So I
Yeah.
could have put quick wits on
Alrighty.
there for us to reduce.
Okay, so 3 successes, 3 failures, 2... Ooh, okay, so you were dodging, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, as you dodge out of the way as they're coming in for a
Yeah.
bite, and you just smash the pommel down on the spine of one of them, and it kind
Like
of
a
whimpers
balls.
and like walks away, like kind of whimpers and steps back.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's next?
Isn't it the wolves?
I'm gonna go check the food. No, it's you guys. That was the wolves. The wolves
Oh, okay,
attacked
so
them.
so it's,
So there's only 1 left in combat with you.
No, there's 2.
no,
That
he
didn't
just-
kill one.
It slunk away though, I think.
He just sort of stunned it. So it's not dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just maybe slightly stunned.
So, Will, was that one just stunned or dead?
Just done.
Oh, you like they were attacking, weren't they? That wasn't you making
It's
an
still a
action.
bit cold.
Okay, so
Um,
would appreciate some help. Seeing as
yeah,
I've got three
I think
more.
you should try and smack one before they smack you again.
Okay, I'll go for a melee strike with my dagger. So just go, and then. So what is that? Is that a strength roll
Your strength 3, right?
for a dagger? Is it
Yeah.
strength or agility?
Strength.
Because it's okay.
So you're strength 3, yeah?
Yep.
So 3 difficulty, so 3 purple.
I think you can get talents
Three
that
purple.
you like sub out strength or agility.
I'll take
Um,
1 white from the fortune pool.
Okay? And 2 black.
Damn. Damn. That's no good.
So is there any... Do you guys outnumber them yet?
No.
No.
Okay, they still outnumber you.
Yeah, that's a nothing.
Okay. We've got to not forget that...
And can I? Is there any chance to maneuver? So. There's no chance to maneuver. right?
You're engaged.
You're engaged.
If you
can
try and
disengage. You can use them
disengage, they'll
disengage
smack you.
and see if they'll attack
Okay, fair enough.
hands. But they'll smack you as you go.
Fair enough.
Okay, so then the next group attack you again.
Have you got any other defences you can whip out?
Just well, I've just got dodge.
You haven't used it this time?
I used it last time.
Yeah, it's got a recharge 0, I think. So you can
No,
use it.
No, it's 2.
No, it's two.
Recharge 2.
Okay. So
So I've got 1 more recharge on there.
I'm gonna outnumber you. And you had no defense either, did you?
Nope.
Is that a pencil?
Okay. 3 successes.
Yeah, I
that's
haven't used
awkward.
one of those in years.
I've got a friend who's an engineer who's playing
Why?
in the
Because one of them
Warhammer
just killed
Fantasy
each other
game.
by.
Right.
So sure enough, on the first day he brings like 10 pace pencils.
So
That's very happy. I think I've lost them all by now though.
oh wait.
Yeah, that's
Okay, again.
so old, it reminds me of...
What?
Do you remember the
Alright, so
um,
again, this time on your leg,
purple
right?
Oh my god.
sort
And
of stencil
as
paper
it's biting
in
you,
primary
you
school?
kind of
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
Really
grab
had
your,
to really
you
sort
get
of inky...
your fist
weird
and
smell.
just
You
like
can almost
lift
get
your
high
leg
off.
and you just smack
How
it
about that?
in the side of the head, right? And you like kind of gouge an eye out. So while it's biting you, but
Oh, not the critical.
That's what happens when you're on point, man.
Jeez, can I pick them from now on instead of you?
you rupture your spleen.
What?
Oh,
You count as having an extra point of fatigue while
It's
you
not
were
that big a
affected.
deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay.
well.
Except in terms of
so-
like medical care.
I'd
Yeah,
say
so
it sounds
the-
pretty
The
bad
mechanic isn't actually as bad as it.
as it is in real
sounds.
life. Fair enough. So you count as having an extra point of fatigue while you're affected by this critical wound.
Oh, should be alright. Oh no, you're fine for now. You haven't got any stats of 2, so...
So you need to go once you go 4 or higher.
You
then
need to go
start.
above the minimum, whatever your...
Willpower.
No, whatever you're in that bracket of 3,
Ew.
whichever the lowest one is.
Ew.
As soon as you get more, in that case, fatigue.
Ew.
It's more than
Sorry,
it's
that's
more than
stress
double
down there.
the lowest. But for each stat, once you go over the threshold for each stat, it's stress. So say you have 2-2 or 3-3-2. Once you're on 3, just that stat that's 2 is stressed.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think anytime you like fail, you have like more chance of insanity, more chance of stress. But yeah, once you're going up over the lowest one, double the lowest one.
Yeah.
So once you're going to 4, that's when you all start to take penalties, I think.
Okay, so that was bad. Did you... You went first, didn't you? You were trying to smack one? Did you succeed? Damn.
Next.
Well, I can just try and make an attack, or I can do guard position again.
This is not going well for Rajorne.
You're not engaged,
No.
right? You should go and help Rajorne.
Yeah, Rajorne's still got 3 wolves on him.
Alright, I'll try and even the numbers a bit. So I'll just charge straight in. Swinging with my rapier.
Like a boss.
Alright, yeah.
Strength 3.
You look confused,
Three?
Emma.
Conservative.
I'm wondering what the hell it is.
Mozzarella.
It's
I wish I had more dice than
Potato.
this.
difficult, right?
Pesto.
Well, 3 purple, yeah.
3 purple, yeah.
And do I need to roll black?
2 black. And 1 black because they outnumber you still.
Wow.
So,
Alright, I'm going to make a quick cast and cast a spell.
yeah. You've got a magic missile thing, don't you? Magic dart.
It does like... I think it's against... It might be against target defense. No, it's a spellcraft. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to have to do a quick cast. So channel power first.
Yep.
Rajorne is thinking this is a very bad idea, taking the woods route.
You don't know what would happen on the road, man.
Exactly.
Okay.
You gotta give us some ideas, seeing as we
So I
didn't
have
take that
another
route.
conservative die, please.
What?
What?
Which?
Don't get too lippy, otherwise you'll find Rajorne. Bad things, even more bad things happen.
Yeah, I hear a rumbling, as that Daji says.
Can I have...
I'm at half my hit points now.
So this is for my quick cast.
Yep. What are you casting?
So this is the channeling check to get the power.
Okay, yeah.
So a delay. Right. 1 success, a delay, and a boon. So channel.
So that presumably gives you the power you need.
Yeah, I get 2 power.
Okay.
Someone 4. And I'm going to just cast the magic dart.
Nice.
So same again.
Kill those sons of bitches.
Oh man, thank God for specializations.
Remind me never to eat octopus jerky.
What the hell?
That's a thing.
Certainly is a thing. It doesn't look like food.
Oh my god.
That's what the where is he from? The Marienburgers supplies are. All entirely
these are
made
the
up of octopus jerky.
Material components for my spells. I'm just like,
Yeah.
how will I eat tonight?
So is that all the dice you need?
Yeah. And I'll use a...
Yeah.
Alright, so another delay.
But it's a success.
Success. What was the spell?
It's
Cancel.
1, 2,
1,
4
2,
successes, 2 delays,
4.
and a boon.
Yeah. 4 successes, 2 delays, boon.
a magic dart.
So does that trigger anything special on there?
No critical, no...
Damn. It's just a normal.
Unless I can turn a gold success into a boon.
No.
Oh.
So you can only turn
So it doesn't.
Sigmar's
So
comments into other
what
dice.
damage does it do?
It does 3 plus my intelligence.
And it ignores soak or something, doesn't it?
Only if I get a critical. Or only if I get two boons.
So,
Okay.
3
Intelligence
plus
is 4,
int,
right?
so 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just wait.
1 wound? No.
Yeah, it's just 1 wound. So that
that's a lot of rolling.
what was the attack called?
That was magic dart.
Okay.
So that was my
That's his shadow.
So you just you do
Red
your
face.
whole Hadouken thing, except shadowy, and this like tendrils of shadow spit out of his hand and go, and then they surround this one wolf that's just like kind of
looking around, like snapping at the shadows, and they go inside his head, and just his face, just the wolf's face just starts to shrivel, and his eyes like shrivel in his eye sockets, and then
Oh my god.
That wasn't what I was trying to do.
If you got a critical, I'd let you explain what you were trying to do. Okay.
Kill the wolf, man. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, so you killed one of the wolves, so now you're evenly numbered, which is nice.
And now it's
the wolves.
So now it's no, I think it's
surgeon.
surgeon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's only 2 stands left, so
Yeah.
we need to double up.
Alright, I'm just going to kill the last wolf in front of me, hopefully. Defense.
4.
Okay, so it's 2. Use the party one that constantly recharges itself. That's pretty freaking awesome.
I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not gonna like. I don't think that should be how it is.
Isn't that what it says?
What does it say?
Whenever the party's fortune pool is empty, immediately add 1 fortune point to it. Whenever. Oh!
I think that's.
I'll be sensible and I.
No,
that's the price of being
that's the
idealistic.
rule. That's the rule. We're
And
playing by
Brash.
the
Any black die?
we're playing by the
Sorry?
cards.
Any
here,
black
Will.
die?
And with black die, yeah, 2. I guess if you're making a melee strike or whatever. Yeah, 2 black.
We're playing by the cards here. Well, we should be.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you do that, but every time you do it, it'll increase the party tension if you use it more than once
What's party
once
tension?
per encounter.
What's
In
party
this game.
tension?
So party tension there.
It's basically every time some of us makes a mistake or annoys another person
Yeah.
or does something stupid.
And every hour that you are separate from each other in the normal course of an adventure that you
interesting.
get separate, it'll increase the party tension by 1.
And what is
So
party
basically, if
tension?
you like take time apart from everyone else, you just get so tired you pass out.
And what does party tension do?
When party tension reaches a certain point, it causes negative effects.
Yeah. So say for example, I was like, you were like, a storm's coming, we should stop and wait, and I was like, no, let's keep going down the road. And
Yeah.
then it started raining, and suddenly we're all soaked.
Okay.
If you have an argument, it represents, surprisingly enough, tension within the party.
Okay. I'd say so. Every party takes the stress of 4.
So success and a delay. Out of all that.
Success and a
Where's
delay.
the melee strike card?
It
I've got
says
it here. I've got one here. Well, success and a delay.
Yep. So
you
hit for
the
normal damage.
For normal damage, which is like 10 or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I have a
that's
massive
4,
sword.
isn't it? That's 4, yeah.
Yes.
So. Okay, so you go foot and you chop off the legs of one of them, and it's just like kind of there with back legs.
oh my god.
And then and like chop a chunk off the shoulder of the next one. So you're only facing, you're now 1-on-1, and it's kind of looking.
Oh, I thought that was okay.
So what? There's only 1 wolf left.
There's only 1 wolf fighting him.
There and 2. there.
Okay.
And yeah, we've so far killed 7 wolves.
Okay. So what now?
And John Marsden does that in like 1 quickfire event.
Yeah. Okay, so
It's my turn.
who's next? Oh, I think it's the wolf's turn. Yeah. Okay. So that 1 remaining wolf is going to attack Al. I'm going to give it a black for being
Injured.
1 defense, 1 black. No, a black for having just seen its mate get.
Okay. I'm going to do improve parry.
Yeah, which is 1
Purple?
purple. Yeah. Could you pass me a purple? It's a purple and a black, right?
No, just a purple.
Just a purple. Okay. Alright. 1 success, 1 failure. Ouch. Okay. So it was parry, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes in and snaps at you, and you spin around, so it snaps at you like this, and you go out of the way like that,
and then bam.
Like a box.
Like a backhand stab.
Yeah, like a
Over the
impossible like
shoulder.
that maneuver. If you're actually sword fighting, which I've done, you'd never do. But he's an elf.
Okay. So he spins around and does a over the
and
shoulder
kills it, yeah.
stab.
So
Nice. So we've only got 2 wolves left.
Who wants the last one?
I'm with you.
Anyone?
Well,
I wish I might like it.
Yeah, no, go take it up.
well, we're on the next round.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind as the rounds go. You should be removing recharge tokens from actions.
Oh, crap.
2 back on that one.
Remembering fatigue and stress between sessions is the biggest downfall. I think you just have to pretty much ignore it. I got to the end of the 3 adventures that I ran, and I pretty much was having to hold the party's hand by the last adventure, but there was 2 players that weren't there,
Right.
so I just got them. I had the party ambushed and wrote off both characters instantly from
God.
completely forgetting that one of the players was actually coming later. So he rocks up and I'm like, sorry man, I shot your guy in the knee in the first ambush.
Oh no.
But yeah, they fought like a war style battle.
Right.
And sure enough, they, even with me going easy on them and occasionally fudging rolls, they're all have to have at least 4 weeks rest and recuperation.
Oh my god.
I was just going to start matches momentarily.
Nice.
When you take that many critical wounds.
Okay.
Okay, so how many critical runes is there a limit to how many you can sustain, or?
I think that if you have more critical wounds than your toughness, and your wounds exceed your wound threshold, you die.
Right.
What's your wounds now?
2. I'm on
Total wounds
I'm on
is-
7 total.
7 total. What's your wound threshold?
14.
Fine, man.
Toughness is 4, so I mean the chances of taking another 3 criticals is very so slim.
Right, so we're gonna stab this wolf. So how many black?
2 black. But one white for outnumbering.
Yep. And 2 purples.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 purples. Oh wait, your strength 4.
Strength 4.
Yeah, 2.
And strength 3.
Okay, 3 purples.
Kept my mouth shut. I think I'll take one of the fortune. Damn it. 4 successes. Okay, sorry, 3 successes. 3.
2
okay,
banes.
2 banes and a chaos star. So 3 successes, 2 banes and chaos star.
Okay.
Finally, after
Banes
4
will
rounds.
probably trigger maybe a fatigue or something. I imagine.
Was that just a regular
It
melee
was just
strike?
a melee strike?
Yeah, just a melee strike. So
It says
you're.
your target may disengage me
Yep.
free, but I'm not.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you suffer a fatigue.
So I got a +2 to damage.
Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
So what? What
You
weapon
said
are you
you said
fighting?
+2 to fatigue.
Yeah, I know +1 to fatigue.
+1 to fatigue. I would
Is that
like
fatigue or
to.
stress? Yeah, that's fatigue. Okay. What weapon are you fighting?
Dagger. So it's a 4. It's fast. Special quality is fast.
Yeah.
It's damage of 4 plus strength.
Yeah.
So
8 +2, 10.
+2. Where's the +2 from?
You said.
Oh
you
yeah,
got
+2.
damage.
Yep.
Okay. So and it's -6, so 4. So yeah.
4
so,
pounds
so you've still got that one that was
on my leg.
on your leg. It's still there, just
Yeah.
fighting, and you're like struggling with it. You already punched it a few times.
Yeah.
And you grab your thing and you grab onto its face and just go like that. Just stab
Stab it a few
6
times.
because it's pretty bloody big.
Yeah.
You're back, you're falling back and you stab it in the side of the head and it goes down with a
Nice.
whimper. It's kind of still hot, its jaws are still kind of clamped on your leg though.
And somehow that ruptured my spleen.
Just the getting chucked around by a wolf You know, you bang up against things. You know, you already smacked your head on the wall. Okay.
Yep.
So
wolves, isn't it?
second, yep. Okay, so that third one is going to attack the wizard.
I'm going to use dodge.
Dodge, which gives just regular dodge, which is 1 back, right?
Yeah, just 1 black.
Okay. Okay. 3 successes, 3 failures, 1 delay, 1 boon, 1 bane. So nothing.
Whole spectrum.
Okay. So it rushes at you and like makes a leap, and you just kind of step into the shadows. And it just
Nice.
dodges. Like what? What? Like you're confused. So Al, I think it's
Okay.
Finish off the bitch.
Any black die?
2 black die as well. Very annoying. Oh, she's messaging something. She told me to preview that one. I didn't get a message for it.
Oops.
Okay, so they cancel.
Nice.
So success and 3 boons.
Nice.
So that's 4 damage as always.
Yep, 10 and a critical.
Critical, nice. Okay. Take a thing and flip 1 over, just a wound, and just tell me what it says.
Sickening blow.
Is there any description?
Counts as having an extra point of stress while affected by this critical wound.
So it doesn't say, it just says sickening. Okay,
It throws up.
Give me. Okay, so yeah, you like come up and you just like smack it really hard with the base, with the pommel of your sword in the gut. And like it does dog throw up. And then it's like sitting there like and then just step over and just like drive your sword right into its gut again, and then it dies.
Okay.
Okay, everyone take a friendly step, go.
So how do you do that?
Dead wolves.
So you can either remove a stress or a fatigue,
Yeah.
Stress all.
or you can attempt a first aid check on yourself or someone else.
You automatically. So everyone moves the stance meter 1 step towards neutral, but no one's in 2, so you can leave it wherever it is.
Okay.
Remove 1 recharge token from each currently recharging card. Everyone automatically recovers 1 stress and 1 fatigue. Adjust power of favour as if it were the character's end of turn phase.
Power of favour. What?
Yep.
Yeah. So I get one power.
Oh,
each
okay,
turn.
right.
Powerful wizard's favour for priests.
Okay.
You may attempt a first aid check. You may perform 1 maneuver. You may do a resilience or discipline check to remove fatigue or stress. You can reroll initiative, or you can perform an action with the rally or support trait.
You can only do one of these things.
You may only do one of these things.
I'll try and heal you.
Thank
for
you.
the first aid check.
Thank you very much. I'll try and heal myself as well.
So would that count as him assisting me as I do it,
It's
or
2
is it
separate.
2 separate checks? All right. Can I have
Much
4 or
appreciated.
3?
3 characteristic?
So how do I actually heal the critical wounds?
Sorry?
How do I actually heal the crits?
You
By
have to
rolling enough
achieve-
successes.
You need to roll enough successes to equal them, and then it changes
Oh,
them to a
damn.
normal
So I need to roll like 3 successes.
at any one time, yeah, with any one check.
So I think it's 2 purple for him.
Sorry?
He's on 2 purple.
Yeah. Half. You're on half, right? Half of the win threshold.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you might want to...
Are you healing yourself, or are you getting someone else to heal you?
I'm doing it.
Can't we
You're
do?
healing.
Can't we do both?
Yeah, too. Yeah,
so
you
he can heal, then I can heal.
Yeah.
Do boons count for anything
In
on
what?
first aid checks?
No, not really.
No, don't worry with it. Use that one.
And maybe one white die from the party.
Yeah. I think I've...
Damn. What if?
Don't forget
how
your right
high
lander
is-
ability.
Oh, yeah, I'll use that.
How high
My
is
Marion
it?
burger.
What if I healed myself first and then
Do
at
you want
least
to change,
healed?
by the way, to a Marion burger? I don't know.
Oh, the Hero's Call has the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it.
Then, Hans, perhaps if I tried to heal myself first and at least took one off, then you wouldn't have to roll the purples.
Well, I have higher intelligence, so it's better if I make...
Okay.
I make the opening roll so you don't take any wounds.
It's always
ideally.
more difficult trying to first aid yourself than
Okay.
someone else doing.
Okay, right.
Unless their
fair.
intelligence is like really low.
So, yeah, you got some infection.
But that's actually it's pretty
five-
damn good.
5 wounds.
5 successes. You mean?
Yeah. so
That's really
successes.
good.
And a chaos.
There's no Marion burger in this. Where's
Might call it
Marienburg?
Wastelander?
Wizenland.
No. It's called the Wasteland. That's where
There's
it's
Ostland, Ostermark, Hochland, Talabland, Stirland, Midland, Averland, Wizenland, and Nordland.
Yeah, no, that's all just the actual provinces of the Empire.
Yeah, you can pick one if,
Well,
it's,
it might
if
be-
it seems
Probably
like,
be
Might
close.
be Wizenland because that used to be.
if
Isn't
you can-
Wissenland down in like the southeast?
Anyway, we'll talk
So
about
5 successes
Yeah, I think it's on, like,
and
the
a
eastern
chaos
border.
star.
Five
Marienburg
successes
is like
and
to
a
the
chaos
far
star.
west.
So the
Um,
chaos
Yeah, it's
star
a
gets
port
cancelled
city.
out by one of the successes. So you got
Yeah,
four
maybe no.
successes.
Is Wissenland?
So I
there?
take
Change
off
one of
4?
yours to
Player's Guide has maps.
Change what?
it's probably most like it's either Midland or Reichland because both of them are next to Marienburg.
I think it's probably Reichland.
So with the 4 successes, I can take off one of these.
Sorry.
I can take off
The
a
4
crit,
successes, it just turned into a regular wound.
Okay.
Or you can remove 4 wounds.
and then one
That's
wound.
usually better to...
Yeah. So I'll remove the crit and 1 wound then.
Yeah, crit and 1 wound.
Alrighty. So I have my teeth back. Woo! Thank you.
Yeah, I like
So
stuff
then-
your mouth full of cotton wool.
Have you
Exactly.
healed yourself?
No, he's going to do that now.
I bought this bottle of milk and I like pour a saucer, put the teeth in them, and we just sit
is
there.
it 3 purple?
Sorry?
3
and
purple
then somehow they magically grow back.
now? Or
Why is it
not?
3?
Yeah, I think so, because one purple because he's... Oh, it's not anymore. No, it's 1. It's 2. It's 2.
Okay. What's your intelligence?
3.
Okay, you want into conservative still? Yep.
Yep. And
You're going to use your Reiklander?
do I have that?
Yeah, you're a
Yeah,
Reiklander.
you're a Reichländer.
Okay.
True Reichländer.
Sure.
You're ein
Any
Berliner.
black?
Sorry?
Any black?
No.
No? Okay.
Du bist ein Berliner.
Oh my god.
No, it's not bad actually.
I mean, like rolling chaos stars for this thing.
Oh, well actually, they cancel.
Chaos stars don't matter so much in...
Kale Star,
long as you
success,
succeed.
and 2 burns.
So the chaos star and success cancel each other out. The boon, the 2 boons. If you want to cancel a fatigue, then you can. Okay.
Right, I will. I will try. How many wounds you got left? You're still taking a bunch, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got
I'll try a
3,
first aid
4,
check on
5, 6 wounds. Thanks, guys.
How many times can you...
I don't know.
Limit? There's no limit.
Doesn't really say anything. Okay.
This is not a forest
You can-
trail.
what you
It's a
can just do
surgical
is-
hospital.
Yeah, what you can just do is assume that we've all got really like focused in, you know, fixing beyond. So we'll go down hard when we get attacked from behind.
A massive wolf comes out.
Yeah, shouldn't we be trying to like heal the townsfolk if there's any still alive?
Well, they were getting dragged off, I think. Oh my god. We love those chaos
They cancel.
stars.
It's funny because you've still got a bunch of wounds,
Yeah, I've still got 5 wins.
but no crits.
2 successes and a burn.
So yeah, heal 2 wounds. Alrighty.
Thank you. So I heal 2 wounds, and do I take off another fatigue or stress?
No, you need 2 burns.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone take an observation test. Check.
Thanks, guys.
Does it involve magic?
Feeling much better now.
No.
I got this talent. Have a look.
So, observation.
No.
Any black die?
Yeah, 1 black die because you're so focused, and 2 black die. So 3 black die total.
Okay.
1 because you're so focused, and 2 because it's dark.
Any purple?
It's a difficult test, so 2 difficult.
Well, I will use my... I'll wait for you guys to... Damn.
Okay, so it's 3, 4. No, that's a fail.
Okay. Next.
Dan, you want to go?
What's your...
Was there 2 black die, you said?
Yeah, 3 black die.
And it'll be...
Would I know these forests, I'd probably
it
get less black dye. Would I?
1
Actually,
conservative
wait,
and 3.
wait. Sorry, roll yours again because you don't take the 2 black die for because you're
The darkness.
You're an elf.
So he just removes 2 blacks.
Okay, I'll roll it again then.
Yeah, so you...
So what is just 1 black dye then?
For him, it's 1 black.
Yeah.
Because he's an elf. He doesn't get he's not affected by the darkness.
Comments.
Any failures? 2 successes. So failed by 1, a boon, and a comet.
I'm sure you had another... Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. And you got a comment?
Yeah.
You can turn that into a success, you know. Oh, wait.
It
Can
wouldn't,
it'll
it
just
still wouldn't be a
wash it,
success.
Yeah, of course.
So he'll just save the comment then. Dan?
Oh, you had...
So 2 purple, 3 black.
I'll stick it at the bottom.
So seeing as I know this forest, surely...
Well, it wouldn't make you any better at seeing in the dark. And you wouldn't know every single...
I wouldn't be
thing about
more familiar with the
No,
area.
no.
And given that you've been lying on the ground
Okay. Well,
receiving first aid treatment.
I'll use my scout ability, which gives me an extra yellow die
So
for observational stealth checks.
Okay.
I already
Oh,
bought.
okay.
Oops. Damn it.
2 successes.
Oh my God.
1 fail.
What is with these chaos stars?
So success, boon, chaos star.
Okay. Alright, so you succeed. Where'd Dan go?
He's in the bathroom.
Can't believe the bookstore is open on Anzac Day.
Yeah, well, most places open like by 1 or something. We stayed closed apparently till 11. So, yeah. It's funny because I got this whole thing. Don't read it, but you get the idea. This is like a lot of stuff.
Right.
And we're here. So,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Okay, so I succeeded with the chaos star.
That presumably wasn't the plan to get through all that today.
No,
That's like
it
the
was
long
to get
term.
at least somewhere down the way. But it's cool.
We've still got a few more hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So
Do I need to make the same check?
he passed with the chaos star.
Yep.
what's
3
the-
characteristic and 1 conservative. And I don't think I have any... When it comes to magic, I can get lots of white die, but
Is that 2 purple there?
I've already got 2 purple.
Yeah.
And party fortune. Oh man.
Yeah, that's massive fail.
Oh,
A whole bunch of boons.
such is life.
4 fails
Oh.
and
Where's
What is with this cat and wanting to come on the table, man?
She loves things. She
4
likes
fails and 4 boons.
4 boons. Nice.
So he failed to see anything, but he felt pretty good about himself nonetheless.
So 4 boons. Do you have any stress or anything like that?
No.
Nothing at all. Any recharge tokens?
Yep.
Take
Can I take another point of power?
Take off. Yeah. Go ahead.
He failed, but he failed like a boss.
Okay. Alrighty. So,
He's happy.
who failed the worst?
Probably me.
You failed the worst. Okay.
Well, we got a whole bunch of boons, so you only failed by one, I think.
Yeah, I was
Mine
probably
was
like,
Surprise, surprise.
I just didn't succeed.
So he cries out, like he's lying there on the ground getting tended to all of you, and looks behind and sees this massive wolf, like that makes the other ones look little, right? And says, and cries out, and sees it before it pounces on Hans.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Not the wizard!
So yeah.
alright, I'm going to dodge.
Hans is about to go down to Chinatown.
Down to Chinatown. Well, at least I can use the bigger they
Yeah,
are.
dodge. Which gives an extra black, right?
Yep.
So it gets one white die for ambushing you guys, but takes one black die for being outnumbered.
I've got 1 defense.
Wow, okay, that's 5 boons, 2 banes, and a fail. So that didn't go as well as I assumed it would. So that's 2 boons. Okay, so you throw yourself out of the way. Like, just like, take a fatigue. And that's it. So now you've got this massive wolf in the midst of you.
Okay. So it's the party's turn?
Yeah.
Someone can go? Alright.
Each of you gets to go in turn.
Okay. I'm going to kill this son of a bitch.
Can you chuck me a pile of wound cards? Just because this is not a henchman, so I can't just...
Half the deck, you know.
Yeah, well, GM should have some behind the screen.
I'm going to bust out Final Stroke of
We're
the
going to
Master.
be we're going to be criticalling a lot of people.
So what's his defense?
4.
4. Okay, so it'll be 3 people.
Yeah, so 4 toughness
Yeah.
and 2 black. So it'll be 2 purple, wouldn't it? Oh, is it 1?
It's 1 for...
Yeah, so 3 purple and 2 black. And then 1 black because you failed your initiative test.
Okay.
1 white because you outnumber it.
Okay, then I get...
We just killed this whole
1
entire
for that.
pack. I said we
I actually
It
feel pretty
doesn't-
bad, man.
because you killed all of his family.
It's the alpha wolf, man. It doesn't care if you killed all its
These little bitches.
little friends.
If I use chink in the armor on this, does that make that?
Is this thing bigger than a human?
Yeah. So I can do the bigger
This
than
thing's getting to like
horse
like-
size.
pony size.
Oh damn! We're loving these chaos stars. Oh damn!
So what's the?
I'm trying to just figure that out.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay.
Pretty bad fail.
With a chaos star,
With a Chaos Star, 3
3
boons.
3 boons. Okay, so the chaos star will cancel out the boons.
So that's
Okay.
it.
Yep.
So who's next?
I'm gonna scramble up and like stride backwards and take out my bow.
Okay, so you probably would have already had your bow out, but
Yeah.
because you
'Cause I was on
saw
the floor.
it, you disengaged. So
Okay.
it's engaged with you two, but it's a close range with you. Yeah, so you can, if you want to take a shot at it.
So I'll take a few steps back.
And again, remember what happens when you roll chaos stars and shoot into combat. Okay. Just saying.
Just
but then
saying,
again, judging
just
how
saying.
badly you did in combat last time, like, it might be good just to shoot anyway.
I don't know how many of those screams from down the
Yeah.
road came from Jamal,
Nah.
not from the wolves.
Hey, I didn't hit any people yet.
I hit that witch hunter.
Alright, should I do mobilizing shot or
That presumably adds black die, doesn't it? Mobilizing shot?
it does, yeah. Maybe just a normal range shot then. All those black ties haven't been very kind to us this time around. Okay. I'll do a range shot, which is so it's 4.
Your
So-
agility.
Yep.
You wanted to conservative, yeah?
Yep, and a yellow.
Yeah. It's going to be at least 2 purple. And we'll have to decide if there's any additional black or purple.
Okay.
What ability are you using?
Sorry.
What ability are you using?
I am using. Oh, I'm also using the bigger they are.
Okay. Have you got any personal fortune left?
No. So we'd probably just have to take like the party fortune again.
How does this work anyway?
This says it replenishes itself.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be doing it too often, remember?
Otherwise,
the party tension's going to skyrocket.
Okay. So you figured out what you're doing?
how many purples and how many blacks?
That's what we should do.
Two purples.
So we get
the last
we
one,
get
we
a
take a
white
point
for
of party tension.
outnumbering, right?
If you want to put your things in that, you can
So there's
probably make it easier.
So there's a white for outnumbering them.
White for outnumbering them.
Yep.
2 blacks for their defense. 2 purples. I'm guessing your agility 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So 2 purples for the difficulty. And you don't. Okay, so that's 3 successes, 3 failures, 1 boon. Just man. Okay, cool. So you shoot it and you miss.
At least it wasn't
So-
Cowstar.
What do I do with the boon?
Sorry?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Unless it's 2.
Alright.
So, Hans?
Hans?
So, do I have any way of, like, is the wolf currently engaged with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's engaged with you and Al.
But to move out of engagement, I'd spend a maneuver,
Yeah.
and it would have a chance to attack me.
I'm not sure if it does. I think it gets a chance to attack. It just takes 1 maneuver to get out of engage. To disengage.
I'm gonna just, scramble up.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, half
Holy
terrified.
shit!
And, like, scramble back along the trail, and then,
And magic dart it in the face.
yeah, draw my sword and magic dart.
Okay.
So I don't need to quick cast. So...
Do you get any yellow or white die?
I get 1 white die
And 1 black because it
and,
ambushed you.
and
Plus-
1 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Plus
should I-
1 white because we outnumber it.
Yep.
So another white.
No, that's already added.
Oh no, this was.
So I
for
wouldn't have gained
special
another
ability.
white for actually seeing the beast first.
No. That's just you don't get the black.
Okay.
And 1 purple, please. Actually, no, 1 black for the ability.
Man, let's go. Oh.
It's looking good. It's looking very good.
Nice, it's a comet. That's a
okay,
success for Shizzle.
So,
Okay, cancel.
4 successes.
No, 3. 3 successes, delay a comet.
3 successes to land.
No, hang on, that's a boon. That's
Oh,
not
you're
a
right,
delay.
it's a boon.
Yeah.
3 successes, boon, and a comet.
And also with this, whenever I do an intelligence check, which spellcasting is,
Yep.
and
Nice.
I get 3 successes, I get another boon.
Nice.
So 3 successes, 2 boons, and a comet.
Okay, does that trigger anything on the spell?
Alright, magic dart.
Looks like it.
So it's the same 7 damage.
Plus a critical.
Ignores armor soak and is a critical.
Nice. Okay. So,
That's gonna be
Wolves
bad.
don't have any armor, so that doesn't come into it.
well, it does, because they got 2 armor from their
Really?
shaggy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
gonna be
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, so it was 7
Yeah.
and a critical.
Yep.
So, so 3. One of those is a critical. Alright, the critical. Oh, that's not really. No.
Can't be applied to wolf. Can't be applied to
Yeah,
wolf.
yeah.
Can't be applied to wolf.
I'll find one that applies to a wolf. Okay, cool. That works.
Spitting teeth.
Okay, so you shoot out your magical dart. Explain to me how it causes a concussion.
Let's go.
What form does your magical?
With the accent, of
Your
course, Hans.
concussive dart.
How does it cause a concussion?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I figure the shadow can like manifest itself from like tendrils to like solid. So
Yeah.
like the black sweep that comes out of my like rapier swing.
Smack it.
It's like it's almost like so dark it's coherent, or like more coherent than just the tendrils.
Yeah.
It just like
Yeah.
slams into the shoulder
It's
and
not
slides
eating
it
away,
off.
it's smacking.
Yeah.
Alright, so, okay, cool. Alright,
And leaves like a long gash.
And for the Sigmar's comment, you cease to give them the ambushed effect. So neither of you take like dice for being ambushed. Cool. So it's the wolf's turn, I'm guessing.
And that's how you do it.
So he's attacking you again.
Okay.
Yeah, well, are you like? I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this earlier. You have your bow, I have my sword and my magic.
I'm going to go.
Your accent
for,
actually sounds like a South African accent.
That's what it's meant to be.
That's what
Ah,
it
is it?
Or
Yeah,
Dutch.
Dutch are meant to be like well, the Marienburgers are meant to be
Yeah.
Dutch.
So,
Dodge.
Pretty good.
Dodge, which is one black.
Yeah.
So when it trades between German and Russian and
I
French,
think-
that's when it
I
starts to
think
get bad.
it's 2 black.
I can't do New Zealand either.
Yep, 2 black.
Okay. 3 successes, 3 failures,
Awesome.
2 bangs, and a delay. Okay, so it swings at you, and you again do pull your. You love this pommel trick, where like the wolf bites at you, and you just kind of bat it as it goes past. So you dodge it aside, and then you give it a bash.
Dodge aside like a boss.
Okay, cool. So next.
Always like the boss.
Okay, so now everyone else goes.
Okay. I will go for Final Stroke of the Master again.
Come on, Al, you can do it.
3 purple.
3 purple.
Yeah. Because we're even strength toughness, and then it's an extra purple to
Okay.
to pull this off, or to try and pull it off.
Food smells so good.
You can do it.
Okay, well, did you guys want to eat engineer or?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
might be
probably
a good idea.
better. Yeah. 1 white die for outnumbering.
Yep.
You can do it. You can do it. Damn.
What is it?
That is a
Say them out loud for the
critical
thing who wants
fail.
it.
Yeah. I'm
You
just
got a
gonna
chaos
add it.
star.
Oh no.
4 failures.
Okay. So it's fail by 2, a delay, a chaos star, 3 burns.
3 burns. Damn.
3 burns. So the chaos star cancels out the burns.
Okay.
So
it's just a
nothing
fail.
else.
Just a fail.
Alright. I'm going to take careful aim with my bow. And use chink in the armour. So how many blacks?
1 black for fighting into combat. That's it.
Okay, and how many purples?
2 purples.
Okay, and
Is there any innate ones in chicken now?
yeah, just the black which I added.
You know you're using the wrong side. You've got to use the green
Oh,
side.
right, okay. Does it make a difference anyway?
It can.
Oh,
often
some
it
of
doesn't.
Okay, on this one it's 1 purple instead of 1 black. Damn. Okay. 2, and we're outnumbering, so it's a white die. Any other white dies?
No, unless you can justify one.
Okay, well, I mean, it's so distracted by the other 2 that it,
No, go ahead. Unless it's obvious, then
damn.
yeah. Starting.
What is with these chaos stars, man?
You know
When
what
you
it
roll
means.
enough purple, it's actually not that.
Okay, so 1, 2.
If you fail, it's
I
bad.
think we may have actually
Just a
succeeded here.
Escape.
If you succeed, then it's okay, and it doesn't hit you.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes against 3 failures.
Okay, so
Okay,
success.
so success with a delay and a
And-
chaos star.
Yep.
Okay, so take 1 fatigue. As you're kind of scrambling back to get a good shot, you tire yourself out a bit. And then, yeah, whatever the effects of it are.
Okay, give me 1 second. So,
What was that? That was
chink in the armor. So I got 1 success. You hit for -2 damage, ignoring the target's armor soak value.
Okay.
It's just a bummer that I didn't get any more, because
So it's 5 plus.
there would have been some.
4 is 9.
Yeah.
Goes down to 7. Minus defense.
Well, I got
Just
pierce
4.
pierce 1, so 5 plus 4 is
But you're
9.
ignoring the soak.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because the PS1 kind of makes that.
that was a waste.
Unless someone's really heavily armored. It means that they don't get any armor at all, but with the -2 damage, it doesn't really make a difference.
Okay.
So what does it end up being? The toughness is 4.
Yeah.
So that's
7
5.
minus the toughness. Minus its toughness.
Okay.
Why is it 7? Oh yeah, minus. Okay.
3. And no crits.
No crits. Could have been crits if I'd rolled better.
So keep in mind that unless it's really heavily armored, you don't want to bother using the cheap.
Fair enough. Could have been some damn good damage though. Like if I got a common, it would have been +2 damage. The boons would have been +1 critical, which is what I was trying to aim for.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah.
And I guess I'll sleep when I'm dead.
So Hans,
which
you've already acted, have you? No.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
no,
Covers
I've-
truth
It's
too.
ready?
Did you have did you get jalapenos?
No, I couldn't find any anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll say that.
Are you gonna have some?
I already ate.
Oh, cool. All right. So pause it. That's it. What's that?
Everyone else has acted twice, right? I don't know if the wolves had 2 actions though.
Wolf has.
Yep.
Yeah. Apart from its first.
Yeah, it attacked twice.
Huh.
Both times, I think.
Alright.
I don't know what makes this wolf so incompetent.
It's
I think it's just like only being one stand up.
Yeah.
Because when I had like the war gore that my guys finally fought, like sure it did a lot of damage, but
Went down
it's,
pretty
yeah, it went down pretty quickly because it's got like 4 guys all around it swinging.
Yeah.
We'll see though. Touch wood.
I've got to concentrate fire. So we'll stop about 2:45, because just so we can pack up, because otherwise,
So we've got an hour and a half.
Can I have another white die, please?
Yeah, we haven't even gotten through the wolves encounter yet.
This is all just for a quick cast?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not channeling?
No, the quick cast is I channel and then I.
Right.
This is
It's
a
like
channel
3
roll.
hours just of fighting wolves. God, what is with your cat has a complex, bro?
Yeah.
2. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to turn the Sigmar's Comet into a success.
Yeah.
Which means I gain 3 power.
Okay.
Yep, so I'm just going to cast the spell now. Magic dart, magic dart.
Oh, can you cast it again so soon?
Yeah, it's 0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It is only 3 plus intelligence though.
Yeah, it's not particularly.
It's easy to. It's like magic missile, I guess. It's easy to get off, but it
Magic
doesn't really do
missile.
much. Yep.
That looks good.
That's very good.
All right. So
1, 2, 3, 4,
Five.
5. 5 successes, 2 burns.
Nice. So what's that?
Well, there's no difficulty on there.
no.
Nice.
So 7 damage again. I ignore the tiger's armor soak. There's no option for like critical conversion.
So 7 damage.
Yeah.
And you ignore the soak. So 3. Cool.
Is that like a special attack where you don't have to roll any purple or black die?
No, the purple comes in on the channel.
Ew.
Yeah, like a magic missile in D&D. I think from
You can't miss or something?
yeah. So it always hits.
Nice.
Okay, so describe what it did. Did it?
I just like take a step to the left hand side of the path and just
Can you do that again with the accent?
I just stepped to the left-hand side of the path and I just threw a little flick in the air with my sword. And
Okay.
the
Cool.
wolf,
And
the,
you
wolf
cut-
the wolf explodes in a spray of gore, and you see it die in front of you. You're very impressed.
You cut it real good, mate.
Okay.
Excellently.
So okay. So the wolf cops this thing and it's like quite confused because it's not used to the whole magic thing, despite being massive, and probably magical and stuff. And so it lets out this ghostly howl.
Oh god.
Alright.
So
We know what that means. Oh, well, you've got to see if it...
yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Seeds. Yep. Okay. So it's
Discipline
yeah,
check.
or suffer 2 wounds.
Any difficulty?
It's 2 difficulty. Yeah.
I'm going to use a fortune die from my own stock.
That's a success.
Yep. So I got a success and a boon.
Thanks you. So this is a willpower check, right?
Yeah.
And
2 difficulty willpower check. So
Yeah.
2 purple.
and I shouldn't be taking a white. Success.
Yep.
Nice.
Success. Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! That is not very good. That is a. That's 2 chaos stars,
Ouch.
2 boons, and 3 successes.
3 successes, 2 boons, 2 cow stars.
Your sword shatters in your hands.
Suffer a wound
Suffer a wound.
from the howl. Scrambles your brains a little bit, bro. Okay,
Fair
so
enough.
who's next?
Is that what the 2 chaos stars do?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? Fair enough.
Would you like me to give him more wounds?
No, I don't. But I just thought, it's-
A wound is still a big deal. Like, they're pretty hard to heal.
Okay.
Not as hard as criticals though.
No.
So what now?
Final stroke of the master. This is gonna work. I'm gonna fucking
Like
chop its head
score,
off.
you can do this.
He's got claim all the way, not laying to him. Your English accent was good before, man.
Thanks.
Some subtlety there. Obviously some experience.
I can do impersonations somewhat. Maybe I should do Rajorne with an English accent a bit more often. That's 3 success.
3 successes, 2 boons, a cow star.
Another one.
So, where are we? Okay, so that was 2 left on that one. So hit for normal damage plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What the?
8. 9 because of the 2 boons. And 2 criticals.
Ooh. Okay.
How much
Yep.
is it?
What?
Stroke, isn't it?
So 6 for the sword, 4 for the strength, plus 9,
Damn.
including 2 criticals.
Okay, so
Damn.
the wolf was already concussed, right? So you come up and you like slash it across the flank, right? Then you come up underneath again with the pommel, kind of like this, and just go bam, and like bing, and its head just like goes bing, and it's just standing there, kind of like staggering a bit, and then its brain just hemorrhages, and it just dies.
What the heck? He just you gave it a brain hemorrhage.
Basically, he smacked it so hard in the side of its head that its brain just bounced around so much,
Man,
and then
nice.
it's dead.
How did you calculate the 9? That was crazy stuff.
Because what it does is
Yeah, it kills everything.
kills everything. As long as you get enough successes,
Yeah.
you do normal damage plus 1 damage for every recharge token you have
Wow.
on certain cards.
That's awesome.
So if you make sure you do the other actions
Wow, that's awesome.
first, you have like a whole bunch charged up,
Yeah.
And then you can just.
and then you do that one. If you get it off, because it's quite
Yeah.
hard to pull off
Yeah.
with the 3.
First just-
That's why it's called Final Stroke with the Master.
Yeah, it is a final stroke. It's pretty much there's a because with Heroes Call there's a bunch of new epic ones. You put those together. There's a bunch of new epic ability cards, and like only for characters who are level 5, I think. And it's basically the same as one of those level 5 abilities. Okay.
When he does that, I give him a round of applause.
So now you're standing in this clearing, surrounded by dead wolves, and also dead and mauled corpses of refugees. So you can all take a rally step. Considering.
Okay, so how do we do that again?
If you remove 1 each fatigue and stress.
Remove 1 fatigue, remove 1 stress. You, pardon me. You can move the stance to marker. It's not going to apply. You can remove a recharge token, though. Since we're now back in travel mode, you can just remove all of them. Everything recharges.
Nice.
Just the power in favor, and we can go back. I'm not going to let you guys heal him again. Not this time.
Can I heal myself?
Just say no.
I think you already did.
Okay.
You already did.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, you got a fatigue back, remember?
I did.
Okay. So
Okay,
now
let's be on our merry way again.
Alrighty.
Going in a minute, right?
Yep,
You're
we're
not
gonna charge through.
Surprise, no one's wanting to skin the wolves because
Well-
that's what always happens.
I'll take the skin, the fur of the big one. Leave all the little runts.
It'll take you a few minutes, but
So.
delay you a little bit.
Oh, this is nasty.
yeah. All the blood splatters on the screen.
Well, we may need the meat later in case.
You take your time. Make sure you save the meat, eh?
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I don't like wastage.
I don't know about wolf meat, but yeah, if you guys want to
If you cook it enough.
if you want
It's
to
like eating a dog, eh? You never eaten a dog?
Alrighty, okay, so you're continuing down.
So I'll take the wolf pelt.
So as you're, so what
And
you're
that's
are you doing anything about the masses of the dead?
instead of a deer pelt, could be like
And we'll check the surviving people to see if anyone's still alive.
Okay. There's one left who's dying.
damn.
Um,
Check all the bodies.
there's
Are there any
like
wallets?
what looks like a seriously infected wound.
Damn.
So you can
Try to heal them.
you can do what do you feel like doing? It's a young man, maybe about 14, which for the Empire is a young man. He's about 14. He's got a serious wound on his side, like a giant bug. Looks like that big wolf got at him,
Damn.
and it's punctured all his organs. They're seeping into his bloodstream.
So we'd run over
So
to
he's
him.
there and he's just crying.
Do I recognise him, don't I?
Huh?
I'd recognise him.
Yeah, you'd have. I mean, you wouldn't really know him, but
You know.
you would know him by name.
Well, I guess we'd try and heal him straight away. I guess.
I don't know, would I have anything on me that could ease his pain?
Yeah.
Besides my dagger?
I was gonna say you got a rapier.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So you
Carry me, sir.
I've got a dagger, which is.
gonna give him the gift of mercy?
No.
No.
I'm not.
So you're just gonna let him.
I'll like kneel down beside him and like take his hand and like, I'm sorry about your town, and I'm sorry we didn't get to you sooner.
I guess. So
Clever girls.
That's clever. Yeah. That's the moment to say that was when the other one jumped on you.
She obviously wasn't that clever.
Yeah. Okay. So he coughs and splatters and then he dies.
We didn't ask him
And
any
then
questions.
Well, did you want to make his last moments in life like, where are the witch hunters? What happened to your family?
out from behind the tree steps a figure.
Alright. Magic dart.
Wait,
No, I'm not gonna do
hang
it.
on a second.
Okay, a figure in white, which obviously strikes you quite weird.
Yeah.
And you all, well, you two, not he, you, would recognize her immediately as a priestess of Shania. And she approaches you and explains that she's very impressed with you helping the refugees, because she would have, but there was nothing really she could do.
But we came
Well,
too late.
I throw my hands up in the air and like, there's nothing we could do either.
And so she says, she offers to ease some of your pain. So I'll get you all, you can all do the equivalent of a first aid check upon yourselves, so with your own intelligence, but add a expertise die.
So I guess I'm melancholy. 'Cause
You seem trustworthy. Treat my injuries, strange forest woman.
She's a priestess of Shalia, you know, you can't really front as a priestess of Shalia.
Like, so I say
Much
to her,
faith.
but we came too late.
You tried, that's all that. And you comforted that man. If you had have killed him, or you had have ignored him, then there would be no priestess of Shalia. Or she would have just
Bon.
slipped
Done.
away.
Is it 1 purple? 2?
It is 2 purple. Oh, well, how badly wounded are you?
4 wounds?
I got 4 wounds too.
Okay, yeah, just 1.
Oh man.
3 successes and a bane.
Okay, so 3 successes. 3 wounds healed. What about you, Gemma?
2 successes, 2 fails.
So nothing.
Alright, 1 success for me.
Okay, so 1 wound healed. So after she's healed to your wounds, she offers to bless you all.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Will that take another wound off?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
No.
Alright, so she does a little heebie-jeebie. Wololo, wololo.
God, a bit more theatrical, this guy.
that was from AOE, man. You don't know? Wololo, 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 wololo. No?
What is she, a witch doctor or something?
No, it's from... Doesn't matter. Anyway. Age of Empires. Play it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Three, Iwatani Erectus.
Yes.
How did you come to be in this forest, sister? Were you fleeing with the rest of them?
Yes. My Sigmarite brothers lost control. Some strange things have been happening in this past.
Your Sigmarite brothers lost control? Were you in a position to influence them?
Not at all.
The way,
Listen to...
the way religion works in this place is beyond belief. We don't have such restricted views where I'm from.
We just have apartheid.
Don't make fun of Holland.
Um,
Afrikaans are a long way away.
okay, so, yeah.
So
then,
what blessing is she giving us?
you'll see. Might not have been, you know, yeah.
Blessing of dark magic?
Chaos! Everyone taking corruption! Yeah, okay, so...
I just assumed you were all recording all the corruption behind the scenes.
Yeah. So she takes her leave. So before we go on, Jamal, I want you to take a toughness check at 1 difficulty.
Okay.
Because we're going to get to use a mechanic I've been wanting to use for a while. Hopefully, if you fail.
What's your toughness?
4. So 2 blue.
And you get a 1 white die.
What's the toughness? What did you say? We're testing out a mechanic.
Yep. Let's see if you succeed or fail.
Success.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Can you
3
tell us what would happen?
successes. Yeah, 3 successes.
Why? Because he might come back later?
Yep.
Oh.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're moving on through the woods?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going straight ahead,
Yeah.
straight
So you
through.
continue along through the woods.
And
I'm sort of limping a little bit because I got ruptured spleen.
It gets to about 4 in the afternoon.
Mhm.
So what are you guys? You gonna keep going?
Gonna keep going.
You know darkness falls around 7 o'clock.
That's 3 hours.
Rajorne, what's the best place to sleep in a forest like this?
Cove where you have rocks at your back.
You know any in this area?
I do, not too far from here. A couple of miles, should be an hour or two's walk in the direction that we're going.
Okay. Are you trying to forage as you go along or not?
Yeah, I think I'll start keeping an eye out for game now.
Okay, do your nature law, please.
So,
Were you serious about him getting the wolf meat?
If I would say my character would say yes, but my character isn't aware of any problems with eating wolf meat. Beyond like,
it tasting
giant
pretty
wolf
disgusting.
meat. And
well,
wolf
is
meat
there
are
any
two
like
different
folk?
things.
Can I make like a folklore check?
I mean,
I'll defer to him. So whatever his
you
nature law
probably
says.
get him to do. So take 2 nature law checks.
Okay. So
One 2 difficulty, which is your foraging.
Yep.
And then 1 regular, 1 difficulty.
Any chaos rules?
So this is the 2 difficulty one. Damn, that's a fail.
Okay, so you don't catch anything.
But I get 3 boons.
Recover on fatigue. You're really enjoying the woods.
You're remembering where your real home is.
Nothing? He's like, yeah,
2
no.
boons.
2 boons again.
Wolf meat, it's good stuff. Let's all eat the wolf meat. Okay, so you're bringing along the wolf meat and you're going to eat it.
I'm gonna eat it, am I?
Yep. Because, like, if you had because otherwise, obviously, like, because then he's not going to, because if you failed, and then he says, eat it, then it means that it's not okay to eat. Just like if he succeeds and says, eat it, and says, don't eat it, then you know? Otherwise it would just give it away, because there's no chance you'll eat it. But because you failed, an easy nature law check, even though you're a scout. Wait, surely there would be 3. Is nature law intelligence?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, well. You're trained in it, so yeah. So you're going to have some wolf meat tonight.
Dodgy wolf meat.
How's it going to smell when we cook it?
Okay, so this is the deal.
Unless I spot some better game along the way.
I'll give you a
took
foot.
an nature law check, and you failed it.
You failed to.
Okay, so you come to the edge of the woods, and the sun is setting. What you can see, basically, now you see not a plain, but kind of semi-rolling hills. The middle of the rolling hills is so imagine you've got, this is the forest, and you're here, and then the forest rises into mountains, and you can see a path leading along the mountains. And then on the other side, the land goes down into a valley, and you can see this kind of mist. And you can't really see very well into the valley. But you get whiffs of this fetid stench.
Oh god.
In the distance, you see not only the sunset, but oddly enough, it looks like there are 2 sunsets. One red, and one tinged with green.
So Morrislev is
No, it's
rising alongside?
the second sunset isn't below the horizon. It's just kind of beyond not quite beyond the mountains, but basically you can see what looks like the remnants of an impact and green ash rising from it with a subtle glow. So imagine like a radioactive kind of thing going on.
Well, that wasn't quite the size I was expecting.
It's not massive. It's not massive, but
It's glowing a lot though.
in the dark.
I don't want to go there without lead pants.
How many hours of walking is it till we get to the crater?
Oh, it's quite far away.
Okay.
So you're going to have to settle in for the night.
Okay.
So you're in a clearing. You can choose to settle. Like you can. What would you prefer doing? You can go back into the woods or decide where you want to settle.
As I said,
if you want to have a fire. If you do, any of you have bedrolls?
No. Would I have not have taken it off?
That's a good point. Yeah, you might have chucked it.
I've got mine, I think. I don't think
Do you?
Would you still have
I
been
didn't.
carrying it after all of that?
Oh yeah,
Probably not.
I've got my backpack with me. I had it hidden under my
I may have
clothes.
had one, but it would have been.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually have a bedroll with me though. I've just got my bag with travelling clothes.
Jamal's got a.
I got a wolf pelt.
He's got a wolf pelt, but it's not been tanned or treated at
It's
all.
still
So you can
moist.
sleep in it if you really, really want, but it's covered in blood. If that's how you want to roll.
Nah, sure,
I was
sure.
listening to one of the podcasts, and one of the dudes decided that he'd sleep inside a horse's corpse.
Oh my god.
Chaos.
Yeah, so I started taking some really serious disease checks.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Okay, so I'll find the cove that I was telling them about that'll protect us
it's
from
made
one
up.
side.
It doesn't actually exist. You
Exactly.
can't just make up things like that, bro. No, there's a few rocky outcrops you can see, and there's also like a few large trees that you can
Something
use for shelter.
that'll give us like a good protective cover. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you find would you rather trees or a rocky outcrop?
I think me trying to climb the tree would be interesting, so I'll probably defer to the rocky outcrop.
Rocky outcrop.
Okay, so are you going to light a fire?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah?
Yep.
Mm.
We need the warmth. We haven't got
Have
any
you fellas
bedrolls.
ever been out in the wilderness before when you're being hunted?
Well, we're not
Maybe
being-
you do a bit
we're-
too much hunting, not
we're
enough being
we're-
hunted.
Well, we're not being hunted by the witch hunters, and if we don't have the fire, then if there's any more wolves, they could come closer.
And then we'll
But-
ambush them at point blank range. Alright, let's start a fire. We need to
Well,
cook this wolf
what's
meat.
the weather like? What's the weather
Hurry up
like?
and get cooking.
Alrighty. So,
Actually, no, there's no fire, so we won't eat the meat because there's
We'll eat it raw.
is there fire?
Yes.
there's no fire.
You're going to eat the
Well,
meat.
if the
either way.
elf can be comfortable standing next to a fire, then I think I can be comfortable standing next to a
Okay.
fire too.
Alright, so everyone take a average toughness check, resilience check.
Against
to
eating the
represent
meat.
Eating the meat. And I'm going to find the book that relates to disease stats.
Oh god. So what is? So this is toughness.
It's just your attribute with 2 purple die. And unless you're resilience trained, you won't get anything for it.
That's nowhere then.
Right. 2 successes, 2 banes.
Nice.
It's a fail with a boon.
It's really, really, really gross. Take a stress.
Even though we
I don't
cooked,
think you're right, mate. We shouldn't be eating this.
you told me to eat it.
Janelle's
You
just
told
like,
me to eat it."
This shit is good, man.
This is just like all those other times I ate it.
Yeah, maybe it'll boost our morale. We're eating, we're eating the thing that tried to kill us. That's a success. Alright.
Okay. So you failed, which is odd considering you're an elf, right?
Elves got delicate stomach. They used to.
So what did you fail by?
1.
Roll 2 white die. You get 2 extra ones because you're an elf.
Being an
according
elf.
to this.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So 2 boons don't count for anything?
You can recover a stress. You seem to be
I haven't
enjoying
taken
it. Well, you're enjoying it a lot, so you know.
Nom 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 nom.
I've never tasted
So do
wolf
I
meat
take a
before.
wound? 3 wounds? 10
no, you
wounds?
take a disease, bro.
Alright, cool.
So I sort of chew on this
If I can
wolf
find the
meat.
bloody disease cards.
So I spit out this wolf meat.
So I don't know how you're eating this. Delicious disease. Wait, no, these are insanity.
Maybe I got the good part of the wolf. Like I got the heart or something.
I can't find the bloody. Where are these? I don't know what the-
Actually, no, we were cooking it, but you didn't cook yours long enough, so that's why, you got what's that bird thing, the chicken
Bird flu.
salmonella or something. You should be shitting the whole entire night. You die.
I'm sure that. Are you actually gonna put this? Are you gonna show this to the other people? They're recording.
Sure.
Perhaps he's contracted mad cow disease.
Let's see.
So Al really, really, really enjoyed it and recovered his stress. He's got a tasting for
Dead wolf.
But he turned out to be immune to the disease that he caught.
no. He's okay. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So this kind of
Doesn't sound too good.
yeah. So it goes with. Oh, I don't know, because it's supposed to. Okay.
Do you want to wait until Al gets back?
Yeah.
I'll just pause the recording.
You have gutter worms.
Okay.
What the hell?
Sounds pleasant.
That's disgusting.
It has the attribute ingestion and filth, and you get the symptom. You get the effect weary.
Okay.
So take that, and then.
So, gutter worms.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what weary means, but I think if you get more than one disease, then
I think weary just means like.
Is that possibly
you had a
some
black
sort of
dye.
classification to the disease?
yeah, I think it is. But there's classifications up top as well. Kind of confusing.
What's that? The weary.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's weary's the condition card, right?
I thought it was, but I couldn't find a condition card that said weary.
Wrong expansion.
Yeah.
Wrong card in the wrong place.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
But you can take a. I think there should be rules on recovery because now you're going to have a sleep overnight. But you're not going to get much good rest. I mean, there's a fire, which is positive.
So,
What's that?
from where the other adventure, or the other adventures you guys have played, was this like aware of recovering the comet, or was it just not even acknowledging the comet's
Not even
existence?
acknowledging it.
This is pre
This is
the
pretty.
other adventures.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, if we're going to
So
recover
if
the
he
comet,
dies, it's going to be awkward.
Because now if he comes back to life, everything continues as normal.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone. So you all eat thing.
Yep.
You find it really gross, so you take a stress. He freaking loves it.
I end up resorting to some biscuits for my pack.
But unfortunately for him, what the taste that he's enjoying is not the wolf meat; it's the worms that he's ingesting. So you're gonna want to keep your distance from him as well.
What is contagious?
Just like
might.
you know, it might be. Okay, so overnight rest. So whatever heal the fatigue, that's your toughness. Heal the stress, that's your willpower. Heal wounds, that's your toughness.
Well, you do automatically because we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what happens with this critical? I just keep it.
You keep it. Yeah. So what's your toughness?
It's my
4.
file here.
What's the critical rate?
3.
Yeah. Well, you could remove that and remove one wound, or
Okay. Remove the critical and 1 wound. You could add that. Nice.
I don't know. Maybe I'm doing that wrong, but it doesn't matter. Not a big deal.
Sounds about right.
So everyone's good.
Yep.
Alrighty. So
Apart from the worms.
Let's continue on.
is
to
anyone on watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, so you take in turns.
You can sleep first, considering the amount of injuries you've taken today.
Alright, so I shouldn't take first watch.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, alright, no worries, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll sleep first.
Alrighty. Each person that takes a watch, do a observation check.
Okay. Well, I think we all take. Well, you do yours
I'll do
first.
first.
I'll take another one, and then.
Observation is...
with 2 black for the darkness and 1 black for having a fire, which blinds your night vision. Except for you.
Can I pick a spot to like sit around on the rocky outcrop where I'm shielded from the fire but have good line of sight?
Yeah, if you want to.
Um,
You still get 2 black for the darkness.
no, I just don't like standing near fires when I'm on watch. Too much chance of getting stabbed in the side. Okay. So 2 boons.
2 boons. Oh, 1 boon. No, sorry, 2
Yeah,
boons.
2 boons.
Right.
So you don't have any spells or any whatever moment, do you? Okay. Who's next?
I collapse asleep. Content that I've done my duty.
He's not feeling too well. He's got diarrhea,
2 successes and a boon.
but he's still.
Okay. So Gemma.
And two black.
A boon, that's it.
Okay. So when both of you are on watch, you don't really notice anything. Night seems to pass uneventful. But in the early hours of the morning, Hans wanders down to awake the elf, shaking him. Surgeon climbs up onto a good vantage point and looks out across what seems to be across a dark plain, which is much more lit with his eyes. He hears something behind him and turns around, peering desperately into the darkness to try and see what the noise was. He sees a single pair of eyes in the darkness, and then another one, and then another one, and then they're gone again. The eyes look vicious, slightly, not really beady, just kind of like glaring, and they're also quite low to the ground.
How low? Oh, well, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Okay.
You're telling me that there's crazed halflings in the forest?
With red-eyed halflings. They've been smoking the ganja, a bit of pipeweed.
Albino halflings.
Albino pipeweed halflings.
So, are you going to notify any of us?
Good question.
Imagine you would.
We'd hope, right?
You're just going to see red eyes and then say, no, it's probably nothing.
It could be anything. It isn't.
It's not the
Maybe
seed
it's some
smoker's
fluffy
disease.
bunnies. Could be some.
Yeah, no, not initially.
It's big teeth. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, Warpstone, we love.
Yeah. Okay. So
You're not going to tell me.
So time passes. Surgeon keeps watch. Thinks he hears some things on the edge of the clearing, but nothing manifests itself. And then the sun rises.
Wait, when did I take my watch?
First.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Wait,
last.
no, I
I'll sit me in the middle, I guess. I went first.
Yeah. And so now you awake. The food from the wolves wasn't particularly good, and you don't think you'll be eating it again, not after he got sick. So you're at the moment what was 4 days rations for you has only lasted for you've got basically enough to get you till lunch, and then after lunch you've got nothing.
Well, I'll probably hunt for something first by then.
Well, you try to. Okay, so you look again across, and you remember that there's 2 kind of ways. There's that path across the mountains, and then there's what looks like a path heading into a valley that's mist shrouded.
Okay. Where did I spot the red eyes the night before?
They were fairly liberally scattered across the edge of the camp. So basically, there are about 3 or 4, but they were coming from all different directions.
Right.
They were just kind of lingering on the edge.
Yeah, but they weren't clustered in one.
No.
Right.
They weren't like, oh look, this is where we're hanging out. And they could have been in the forest as well.
Yeah.
What do you plan to do with this stone up there, Elf?
What?
What do you plan to do with the stone?
What stone?
You said you're looking for it, and there it is.
The thing that fell
A
from
great
the sky.
rock from the sky, eh? Even the common man understands.
So you look. So previously, when you came out of the forest into the clearing, it was sunset. So a lot of your view was obscured. What you can also tell is that beyond the meteor strike, in the kind of far distance, you can see the glitter of a river, and also what looks like the smoke of a major town. And Jamel can kind of recognize that and thinks that it's Uberstrike. You guys still have no idea where the hell you are, but you can guess there's only one major town or river in this region.
Yep.
And you know the river's not the right.
Well, Elf, I guess before we get to the main town, did you want to have a look at the crater which you said you have been seeking?
Yes, most definitely. Our only question is which route to take.
My only question is what you plan to do when you get there.
I would prefer height over...
Ship some rock off? Take a little sample? I want to know your game, Elf.
I think I'd prefer over the mountains to give us some advantage from, instead of having anything above us.
Oh, just a
Through the
chimera.
mountain pass, yeah?
Mountain pass for me.
The mountain pass it is. Let's go.
Okay.
Big smile from the DM. They have no
It's a
idea.
smile either way.
Couldn't we go the kitten path?
Okay, so you head up into the mountains. Now you're not really in your territory, Jamal.
Because you're in the mountains.
We're in mountains, and you're used to forest. So you climb the mountains. You're walking along this kind of path, and there's a deep drop to the side. What trees used to be, the trees in the forest used to be a lot, oaks and beeches and things like that.
Yep.
The trees here start to become pine. The animal life changes. You very rarely see it anymore. And you are increasingly getting nervous about the path. So we will introduce this card. The fun's empty.
How long have we been travelling along this path?
Short enough time to go back, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't worry too much.
You've got your
The
longbow.
Obstacles and bad choices either route we took. Rock slide.
The steep cliff. You want to give us a description, Hans?
Below you plummets a steep drop. The ground near the edge of the cliff seems to be crumbling slightly. Watch your step.
Oops.
Okay.
Don't roll any cow starts here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's specific rules.
Yeah.
That relate to it.
Make a few physical actions here. Gain. Chaos Star. You fall off the edge of the cliff and barely catch yourself. It require an average athletics strength check to climb back up.
What?
2 Chaos Stars. You fall off the edge of the cliff and do not catch yourself.
What?
Wow.
Are you serious? Can we head back? What?
If you roll 2 Chaos Stars in the mist, you die.
Anybody have a rope?
No.
2 chaos stars in the mist, like down below, on the valley.
Yeah. I think it's only physical actions though. So as long as we don't perform any physical actions.
But I think we're going to kind of have to get past the...
Oh, I can keep making channeling checks.
Yeah, but you're not going to go anywhere. I mean, you can just stay here.
Okay, so you keep going higher and higher, and you can get a view. You can see across down kind of into the mist, and you get the smell of a swamp. It doesn't look very pleasant down there either.
Where we were going to be going.
Yeah, the other choice. And you keep climbing, and you finally get to a ravine where it looks like there's been a mountain slide. Across it is a crudely made, like really crudely made bridge. Not human crude, if that makes any sense. There doesn't seem to be any engineering that has gone into it. They've just kind of got wood
Shove stuff
and,
together.
like nails, and just kind of nailed until it crossed the bridge. It looks pretty damn rickety. It also seems to be fairly liberally daubed with feces as paint.
Oh, I was going to say, when you don't have any mortar, feces.
I don't know how much structural integrity comes from that. So everyone has to make
Depends what you eat.
agility check to cross this rickety thing, and do not roll chaos stars if you like not being dead.
While we're walking. That's not a physical check.
To cross
Ah.
this rickety bridge. If that's what you decide. You may retreat and waste a lot of time.
Alright, so do we take, to use the fortune favours the bold, do we put a...
What's fortune favours the bold?
it's where you get always have the one fortune die. So can we use that but put a party tension?
It's like I said, you could use it once per encounter, so you can all use it, I guess. Yeah,
You can always use it once. If you want to then go back to it and back to it, then you start racking up party tension. Doesn't matter. Is it 2 purple?
Is it 2 purple? Oh, by the way, put a thing on the party tension meter for Jamel feeding you rotten meat. Is it 2 purple? Yeah, I would say it was average difficulty.
We haven't been having very much luck with purple dice this game round.
Okay. I'm giving myself a yellow because I'm coordination trained.
Yep.
And I'm going to use cat-like reflexes. It gives me 2 white die.
Yeah, right.
Nope.
Any successes?
No, a fail and a comet.
Oh, you can make the comet a success.
Yeah, but it just means
That'll
it's
still
even.
wash out.
Okay, so you try and cross and you fail.
Yep.
So you kind of get like a little bit across and you freak out and you just step back.
Okay.
Is that who?
And he's
So-
the coordinated
well,
one.
well, if he's stopped, then what are we going to do?
What?
He came back.
Someone else, he came back.
Is he going to
He's
try?
like, no, I can't do it. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment.
I suffer fatigue.
Is this an agility thing?
And suffer a stress for failing.
Okay.
This is agility, right?
Yep.
Now we're using these as thingo, aren't we?
Yep.
Is there any structure or any part of the construction that looks like it could be slightly more robust than the rest
There's rocks and stuff around.
to throw at the bridge?
I don't know. Whatever you want to do with them. In terms of things that are...
Oh, I don't have
What
any
do you
rope.
think you-
I don't have any rope. So point being, like there might be one of the handrails on the bridge, or one side is like
Dude,
better
it all
constructed.
looks rickety as hell.
Well, catch his life. All right.
No chaos stars at least.
That's a success.
Success?
Success, a bane, and a delay.
Okay, alright. So you're very, very carefully just kind of... take a stress, but you make it across. Okay, Jamal.
Take one of the fortune.
You can do it.
It's not been a very good day. Yes. No, it's a fail.
It's a fail.
With
Fail?
2 boons.
Too good? Okay. Alright, so you can try again.
Yeah.
It's really to see, you either cross it or you fall in. Or you can, try and do something else. I don't know, does anyone actually have rope?
No.
Made it.
If I did, I'd be trying to
Yep.
do something a lot more tricky.
You made it across?
Yep, 3 successes and a boon.
Okay, take remove the stress.
Right, are we able to
You
like
overcame your fear.
now that
Yeah.
now that we've got like 2 people on the other side of the bridge, can we like hold onto the bridges? No,
You
just
can
gonna
catch him
break it further.
when he's running across.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll get ready in case
Even
the
if
worst
I
happens.
roll 2 purples?
Well, we'll see. You can do an assist, so take an extra wipeout.
Come on,
Just a
mate.
bit
You
of
can,
positive encouragement.
you can do it.
Oh my god.
Is that
It's 1 chaos die.
one chaos star?
No successes, 2 boons,
No successes, 3 boons
3 boons.
and a cow star.
3 boons
And
counts as
the
a
boon
cat?
cancel it. The chaos star.
Have to do it again.
But take a stress for not being able to make the cross.
I'll happily take a stress. Success.
That's a success.
Success.
Nice.
So you make it across.
I didn't die. So I sort of kiss the ground on the other side.
Okay, you kiss the guard on the other side, and you notice that there's like a lot of mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms?
Just mushrooms, man.
Just mushrooms, man.
I mean, like, if you want to consume them, then you can do that to continue your.
I'll do a nature
I
lore.
eat anything. You do a nature.
I'll do a nature lore check on those mushrooms. See if they're magic mushrooms. That's
Go ahead. That's a good idea.
that's intelligence.
Can I add a assist for knowing like magical
Yep.
materials?
And how much difficulty is this?
2. Actually, 1. Just 1.
And 1 white die for me.
So
Really? I would say 3.
out of the what?
At least 2.
What's
Because it's
difficult?
outside of his... We're up in the mountain, we're not in the forest.
Just trust me.
Yeah.
Success.
Yep.
3 successes and a boon.
Okay. You have some experience with mushrooms. Right?
He likes his mushroom.
But
Hell
like,
yeah!
like
Maybe I can
you're
use it for my pipe.
You're not familiar with.
Oh, it's gonna taste
You're not
fun.
familiar with with mountain mushrooms so much, but you're familiar enough
Make
with
me even
mushrooms to
higher.
know that these are really, really weird. Like mushrooms are not normally this color. Mushrooms are not normally this large, and they also have this kind of eerie, just like aura around them that makes you feel a little bit on edge.
Maybe I shouldn't touch him. That's it.
Yeah, unfortunately, people have a knowledge of the Warhammer lore, so that as soon as I say mushrooms, they're gonna slightly get on edge. But anyway, so you can
Some form of tree-based fungi.
you can. Sorry, what's that?
I'm gonna just check like around the, like what's along from the bridge. Just more narrow mountain path,
Yeah.
but it looks like a way ahead as opposed to a dead end.
Mm.
All right. Well, I kick the bridge down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do a strength check,
Right.
and then an agility check to make sure that you don't get pulled in.
Can I do a spell?
If you want to instead, yeah.
I'll try and magic dart some like weak-looking part at the center of the bridge.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna take it's been annoying.
Success.
Yeah. So a delay, 4 successes and 5 successes and a delay.
5 successes.
And a boon.
Nice.
That would normally do more damage, wouldn't it?
So on a magic dart, it would ignore the armor, but that's it. To get a critical, I have to roll a Sigmar's Comet.
Just pause.
I have fun with this, by the way. Kicking down the bridge. I like fucking with goblin architecture.
You reckon it's goblin architecture?
Not really, because I don't know about the red eyes.
Mm.
I don't know if I've even seen goblins before, so
May not be goblins.
it could be Skaven.
Could be no.
Yeah, my first thought was Skaven.
My thought was
Skaven wouldn't be
my
close to the
my
ground.
first thought was like lots and lots and lots of Skaven. I was like, if there's a piece of warpstone that big, there is like an army surrounding it right now.
But they wouldn't be that low to the ground though.
Yeah,
Skaven
Skaven are like rat men.
Really? I thought they were
No,
quite
they're
tall.
meant to like they vary in the fluff from like height of a teenager to like full grown man, plus more for storm vermin. It's pretty-
Yeah,
just depends on the fiction writer.
I thought they were pretty big.
Yeah, part of like the thing with Skaven is they're meant to be like this crude parody of man. So they're meant to be like almost like men.
Yeah, right, man.
Yeah, my eyes really messed up. This contact lens is no good. I don't know if it's like cut or something or what's going on.
Both or one?
Yeah, I find just with one of my eyes, within like 2 days of putting contact lenses in, one eye is fine, the other eye just doesn't accept it, regardless of which
old
lens.
one. I haven't been able to get to the optometrist, so I've been wearing it for a while.
Have you got any others?
No, that's why.
You got
Got an
glasses?
attach?
I lost my bloody glasses there.
Do you need them to see?
Mhm.
Damn.
Okay, well, I'll do my best. What time is it anymore?
It's,
2:38.
We've got 5 minutes. Okay, before we gotta start packing up. And I think I might have to go to the optometrist on the way to work. See if they're open.
Yeah.
Just pick up a couple. Okay. Wow, because driving's gonna be hard. Oh man. Sorry. Okay, so you walk along, and the road seems to widen. I need an eye patch. Road seems to widen. There's still that cliff on the side, and you come to another rockfall, but this one has completely blocked the road. But it reveals an intricate, almost doorway. Not really a doorway, but like what looks like part of the mountainside's collapsed and broken into somewhere else.
Just
You
like
can see these runic symbols, which you would know to be dwarven. And it's just darkness.
By the way, he cast 5 successes on the bridge, the last
Okay.
bridge.
It fell like spinning into the ravine,
Let's hope we're not in the dead end.
shedding crap everywhere.
Okay, so do you want to lead the way through the tunnel?
I'll say we should be careful about treading into the dark. I recognize these symbols as dwarf runes, but just because dwarves may once have lived here doesn't mean they live here still.
It's only halfway up the mountain, they kind of dug too deep. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, there's only one way to go. Hans took care of where we just came from. Haven't got any choice now.
My bad.
Very well. Let's go.
You've got keen eyesight.
So is there just an open passageway, or is there?
Yeah.
Can we would we have like enough stuff without like knickknacks and the tinderbox and like scraps of clothing or lamp oil we have to make some torches?
Not really.
Excellent.
Do you have a cantrip?
Yeah, I can generate flame.
Alrighty.
So you're heading in. Are you going to
Yep.
try and use a cantrip? Or?
I'll just check and see what it says on the card.
What is a cantrip?
Cantrip's
Create a
like
small
just a minor
magical
spell.
effect. Okay.
Alright, yeah, so I can just light a flame. At will, really.
Alright.
I thought it was more. It was dependent on your.
So one power may require a prop maneuver or other requirement at the GM's discretion.
Because I thought it depended on what. Well, I guess they can all do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you're
Yeah, it's
just
like
generating
cross doctrine.
a small flame. Okay.
Yeah, so you can conjure a light or flame about equivalent to a lit candle.
Okay.
Move an object the size of a glass of wine a few feet. Change the colour of my eyes. Move a coin from one hand to other. Or perform
tasks appropriate to the order.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I make the passage more dark.
Cool. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, I'll lead the way.
So you hear as you head into the darkness, you hear cackling in the distance, and you head down, and you find that the deeper you go, the less light you need. There's this glow. You step out of the passageway, which seems to be of dwarf construction, into a more open area that looks like it's been excavated by cruder hands. You see that where the glow is coming from, these gigantic mushrooms. And we'll end it there.
Yeah.
Because I need to go try and find my glasses. I'm ready to pack up.
Oh man.
So yeah, just collect up all the crap. I'll be